Yes, students. So today is day three. We're starting with process. Process also, as much as possible, I've covered all of the different types of problems, especially FIFO and weighted average, where students are finding it a little bit difficult. Before that, we'll start with process account introduction itself, and wherein the normal laws, abnormal laws, why it is treated like this, why it's not treated the other way around. All these we will discuss and then we will see. Okay. So now see this. Question number one. PQR limited processes a range of products, including a toy, alpha, which passes through the three processes before completion and transfer to the finished goods warehouse. Okay. The information relating to the month of July 2019 are as follows. So we have raw materials in units. For process one alone, it is given. Why? Because process two's output will become process one's output will become two's input, two's output will become three's input, three probably will become finished goods. That's all. Direct material added in the process. Okay. Then so we need some material which is added in the process. For example, although it is coming from process one to process two, some more materials are required, right? In process two. Then wages, expenses, production overhead, output, normal loss percentage is given, scrap value. If scrap value is not given, we will take normal loss as zero. We have been seeing it. No, material we saw, labor we saw it in overheads, we saw it even in our one more calculation. I don't remember where exactly, but normal loss. Good units are Yes, good units will absorb the normal loss. I hope all of you remember that. Yes, same concept here also. So if scrap value is not given, please take it to be zero. What is the meaning of scrap value? Some waste paper fellow is coming and taking it at some nominal rate. Exactly. So the production overhead is absorbed as a percentage of direct wages. So this is a hidden information. All of you know this. Just like cost sheet and all, they used to say, no, what is the percentage? This is very common. We have done questions from CMA material here actually in respect of this. In the regular class, therein this percentage of wages was given as production overheads. We have done that. There was no opening and closing stock. Prepare the following statements. That is, prepare the following accounts. Process 1, 2, 3. Abnormal loss, abnormal gain, if any. We will do all this. Yes. So, all of you, please observe the question. It being the first question. I'll have some water and then we'll be ready for this. Please observe it. It being the first question. Now, now we will start with process account. How will it look like? Okay. Just I will give you the format. Those of you who forgotten, you can write now. So actually we have two columns in the debit side and two columns in the credit side. One is for amount and one is for units or number. Yes. Quantity or number of units. Okay. So what and all are the items that would come in the debit side? Obviously, it would be the opening stock. Yes. Then apart from that, to material, labor, overheads, all these expenditures. Yes, ma'am. Then by normal loss amount will be zero if there is no scrap value. Okay. Then by abnormal loss or abnormal gain, to abnormal gain. Is everyone understanding? And then by closing stock. So what is abnormal loss? What is abnormal gain? What is its treatment? Why? All that we will learn along with the problem itself. Yes. So this is the basic format. And usually the closing stock is valued and the abnormal loss or abnormal gain is valued at the. So abnormal loss means scrap value. We will take it. So the cost per unit, how is it calculated, is going to be cost minus normal loss, cost divided by total number of units minus normal loss units. This is how cost per unit we will do. Good units are absorbed. That is the meaning of it. Why we are reducing the normal loss cost? That is not connected to any way my production in the further processes. So I don't want that. This closing stock will go to the next process and so. Okay. So now this is the basic format. We all know this. Irrespective of which method we are using, this is the basic format. Anyone has any doubts here? No? Okay. So now we will proceed to this problem. First, process one we will do. I'll do it by the side, okay. So here we have particulars, process one, account, debit side and credit side. This is particulars, quantity and amount. This is particulars, quantity and amount. So now you all can see they have not talked about any opening stock. So we will start with material, right? So to material cost, the quantity, have they said? Yes, ma, 2000 units. Can you all see that? 2000 quantity. And the amount is going to be how much? 12,000. That means you can say that the rate is equal to 12,000 divided by 2,000, that is rupees 6. Yes, ma'am. This is just for our understanding. Okay. Next is going to be 2, again, the direct material, that is going to be 17,000. Then 2 wages, that is 8,000. 2 direct expenses, 2,400. Up to this, whatever was given, I have written. Okay? All right. Then normal loss, second last line of the question, they have said it is 10 percentage. So can I say by normal loss, 10 percentage of 2,000? How much I introduced? 2,000 units. Out of that, 10% is normal loss. Now, what is normal loss? Let us write down. I mean, if you want, you can write. Normal loss is the loss that is due to the original nature of business. For this, it's okay. Any customer, we can charge on them generally in any industry. Like petrol subject to evaporation is a normal loss. Okay. So this is what is normal loss due to the original or inherent nature of the product. All right. So then we have here, what is it? The quantity is 200, 2000 into 10%. And what is the scrap value given in the last line of the table? That is 2. At the rate of rupees 2 means 200 into 2, that is going to be 400. Up to this, I think it's very clear for everyone. Okay. Then they have said output. Can you all see, students? Output term. So here it is going to be process 2. It is transferred to the next process. So it is going to be how much quantity? 1840. Correct, everyone? Now, at this point, I want all of you to please stop and listen to me. Now, please listen. Total quantity in debit side is equal to what term? 2000 units. Total quantity in credit side is what term? 1840 plus 200 is 2040. 2040. That means 40 is excess. Can I say 40 is abnormal gain? Yes. Because we all know, as per the format, abnormal gain will come in the debit side. So the balancing figure is also in the debit side. This is a clerical way of understanding. What is the meaning of abnormal gain? Abnormal gain means it is reducing my normal loss. I will explain what it is. Now, please listen very carefully. Abnormal loss means what? Loss over and above normal loss. Loss over and above normal loss. That is what is, students, abnormal loss. Okay. Now, abnormal gain means what? If this is over and above normal loss, abnormal gain is reducing my normal loss. Ma'am, how you are saying like that? Now, we all know that petrol subject to evaporation. Yes. Now, in summers, it will evaporate more generally. Okay, that's why the smell of petrol is also a little stronger in the summer. In winter, it will evaporate less, which means normal loss in a place like Rajasthan, which is generally very hot. I am saying that 10% is subject to evaporation, just for our understanding. But in winters, only 7% is actually evaporating. That means this 3% is abnormal gain, which is reducing my normal loss. This is what we should understand. Are you all getting it? Okay. So now we will proceed to, it is going to be 2 abnormal gain, that is 40. So if you want, I will write this. This is step 1. This is step 2. Okay. And this will be step 3, the final one. Okay. So now let us go to the working note. Always for cost per unit note, please do working note. Yes. So now we will proceed and go ahead. Okay. Some of you writing, you please write, then we will. Sorry, ma'am. You tell me the cost per unit. Let us find out. We'll find out. Okay. So working note number 1 is for cost per unit. So cost per unit, as I told you, it is going to be the total cost minus normal loss cost. What is the total cost up to this, students? That is 12,000 plus 17,000 plus 8,000 plus 2,400. Sorry, 39,400. So what and all we added, I'll just write down here. It is going to be 12,000 plus 17,000 plus 1 minute, students. We were discussing about production overheads. We got caught up in the abnormal gain and abnormal loss. Production overheads. Working note number one, production overheads. Please listen carefully. Given in the question that production overheads is equal to what percentage? They have not given the percentage. It is percentage of direct wages. Can you all see that? Yes. So now please listen very carefully. If it is given this way, then what we should do? Production overheads is given in the question. That is, can you see 33,000 given in the question? What is direct wages? Direct wages is also given in the question, that is 44,000. So X percentage of 44,000 is equal to 33,000, isn't it, students? I've just substituted what I have written. What did I write? Production overheads is equal to percentage of some percentage of wages. That percentage only I should find out. Production overhead is given. Direct wages also given. I have to just substitute and find out. X percentage is equal to 33,000 divided by 44,000. How much are we getting there? 75. So X is equal to 75%. Is everyone understanding this? Yes, students? Any questions here? No? Okay. Shall I proceed? Yes. So this is a working note. Now, how will you identify? Okay, when we are doing fast, we may miss, but we will definitely get back. How will we know? When we are adding, what did we added? Opening, material, labor. What about overheads? Then that check if we make, we will get it. Can we proceed, students? Yes. 75 percentage of 8,000. How much is that? 6,000. So to abnormal gain, I'm shifting it down. Already we have noticed the logic for abnormal gain, right? Again, I'm saying, suppose by mistake, if you have missed it, when you are adding, you will know that you should add material, labor, overheads along with opening. So that time you will get to it. Okay. So now, shall we proceed to the working note for CPU? Yes, ma'am. So it is going to be opening plus material plus labor plus expenses plus just now we got no production overheads. This minus normal loss. What is normal loss, students? Normal loss is 400, no? 200 into 2. 400 divided by number of units is going to be what? 2000 minus 200. I'm following the same, formula that I told you while introducing this topic to you. What is that? CPU is equal to total cost minus normal loss divided by total number of units minus normal loss units. Yes. How much did you get, ma? 21.6. Okay. All of you quickly do the calculation and write it down. Finish writing? Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Well, what happened now? Is 5,400 is 445 divided by 1,000. Oh, final answer is different. You will be saying, how much is it now? Okay, no problem. 25. Okay. But have you all written it down? Yes, ma'am? Okay. So now we will proceed to 25. So please listen very carefully. This is going to be 25. The step number 3. Okay. So the process 2 is valued at 25. Normal loss is absorbed by good units. Now this is reducing the normal loss means this also becoming good units, no? 40. This also should be valued at 25. Are we all understanding, students? Yes. So that is why the logic for abnormal gain and loss is different. We should understand that abnormal gain is reducing our normal loss and making more good units than we expected. Abnormal loss is making more bad units than we expect. It's reducing the good units. Okay. So 25 into 40, how much is that? 1000. No? Yes. What about this mark? This you sorry, 46,000. Okay. So I hope everybody is able to understand. Same logic everywhere. Okay. Now we will go to process 2, process 3. Then we'll do loss and gain account. Yes. Ah, 8 is 12 is to 12 account. Ah, yeah. वो भी कर सकते हैं. Yeah. Like that also you can. Yes. Because they have said percentage, we have to do that. Yes. So chalo students, now we will proceed. Process 2, again same format, whatever we discussed in the beginning. So first what we will take, whatever it has come from process 1, correct me. So it is going to be process 1, Superma, 46,000, right dear? Okay, thank you. So if you want, you can write the quantity also. Obviously, it will be useful. So now itself, we will write it. So it is going to be 1840. Right. Then direct material, 19,000. To wages, 12,000. To expenses, that is 1860. Now, can I directly write to production overheads because already I've calculated the percentage, right? So it is going to be 75 percentage of 12,000. How much is it, T? 9,000. Okay, thank you. So then we will write what is called as by normal loss. What is the normal loss? 5 percentage. So it is going to be 5 percentage of 1840. 92. Right. So ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಂತು 1840 ಅದರಿಂದ 5% normal loss ಆಗಿದೆ. All right. So then what we will do now, what is the scrap value? 5. So at the rate of rupees 5, if scrap value is not there, normal loss will be 0. Super. So 5 into 92, how much are we getting now? 460. Thank you. So then, as usual, so before we finish today's class itself, you should know the flow on your own. How we will know that? We should write by closing stock. That is the first step before we find out abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Closing stock, what is the quantity? Let us understand. They have said that 1740 is transferred to the next process. I hope all of you are able to see. Right, ma? So again, I'm writing. This is step number 1. They have given in the question that next process ge ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ 1747. Process 2, ma. Okay. You can write it as process 3. Correct. Correct. You can write it as process 3. So now 1740 is what it is given to be the output. Okay. Now we will check. Debit side is 1840. Debit side. This is the step number 2. Okay. So first we will write the closing stock quantity. Then we will go to the abnormal loss or gain. Yes. So the credit side total is how much? 92 plus 1740. How much is that, ma'am? 1832. So that means 8 is abnormal loss. Very nice. So by abnormal loss is 8. Okay. So again, I'm saying first step will be in such type of problems. Please find out the quantity of closing or the next process. Then debit side, credit side, when we compare along with normal loss, whatever is left out will be either abnormal gain or abnormal loss. Okay. So then, of course, CPU will be the next thing. Okay. So again, I'm repeating the formula for CPU. CPU is equal to total cost minus normal loss cost divided by total units minus normal loss units. So let us add all the totals. That is what and all we should add. 46, 19, 12, 1860 plus 9. All amounts are in thousands. Yes. So please tell me how much is the total cost? Sorry? 87,000? Oh, okay. Okay, you want to tell me the final answer? Okay. 87,860. Okay. Minus here, how much was the normal loss? 460. Divided by total number of units. How much? Yes, ma'am. 1840, no? Minus normal loss units was how much? 92, no? Yeah. Yes. So how much is the... Oh, you're telling the denominator, no? Okay. 50. Huh. 50. Right. So let me know when I can scroll up. So now 50. That is what we will now discuss. Why and what. Okay. So this is going to be at the rate of 50. Yes, ma'am. This is the next step. 1740 into 50. 87,000. Now, why abnormal loss should not be treated as scrap value? Okay. It is over and above normal loss. So I can't absorb it in my good units. So 50 rupees loss for. Understood, students? So that is why. So conceptually we should understand. Okay, once again I'm saying. Normal loss means I will sell it to the paper mart fellow and I will take the money. Abnormal loss means it is reduction of good units. I expected that only 1 liter of petrol will be evaporated. Okay, from my big petrol tank. But 1.5 liters has evaporated. That extra half liter is my cost. No? Okay, it is reducing my good units of petrol. So as good as the normal units 50 rupees, andre abnormal units also 50. Understood. So technically, how you can remember in the exam? Same CPU, whether it is gain or loss. That's. But this is the logic. Okay. So 50 into 8 is how much? 400. That's all. Now we will go to process number 3. Process is a very interesting chapter actually. It gives us a lot of insights as to the what is the cost, what, why, and all that. So now process number 3. So first we will start with the 2 process 2. How much is the process 2 students? 40. 47,000. Uh-huh. 87,000, no? Yes, no. 87,000. And how much was the number, no? Yeah. 1,007? 40. Thank you, dear. Now, so now, as usual, we will write the material, labor, everything. So it is going to be to material, that is 11,000, to wages 24,000, to expenses 2680, to overheads 24,000 into 75%. How much is that, ma'am? 18, huh? Okay, dear. Thank you. 18,000. So then, by normal loss, have they said about normal loss? Yes, 10 percentage. So by normal loss, that is going to be 10% of 1740. 174, no? Yes. And the amount is also at the rate of rupees 10. So 1740 again. Correct, everyone? Yes. Let me know if we are going a little bit fast, if anyone has a doubt. So, again, I'm repeating. Normal loss should be valued at scrap value. If scrap value is not given, it will be taken at 0. Abnormal loss and abnormal gain will be valued at CPU like the closing. Okay. Now, this will be transferred to finished goods. Let us understand because there is no other process. Now we will go finished goods. How much is the output? 1580. 1580. This is the step number 1 when we are closing. Who will tell me what is the next step? Very good. Abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Very good. So, quantity compare ಮಾಡೋಣ. Debit side ನಲ್ಲಿ we are having 1740 quantity. Credit side ನಲ್ಲಿ we are having 174 and 1580. Tell me, dear. Gain, okay, ma'am. How much is the gain? Up to abnormal gain. 40, yeah? 40. 1 4. Okay. So 1 4 is the step number 2. Step number 3 is CPU. Now I think it's even more clear. Okay. So CPU, we all know it is total cost minus normal cost divided by total number of units minus normal loss units. Okay. So all of you, please do the total cost for me. Total cost. Sorry, ma'am? 680. Okay, ma'am. Minus 1740, correct? Okay. Divided by 1740 is the opening, minus 174 is the normal loss units. Okay. Nine zero. 90. Thank you. So obviously this will also be valued at 90 abnormal gain, and FG will also be valued at 90. Okay. So first to do 90 into 14 and then let me know. 90 into 14, 1260. Thank you, dear. And then this one, what about FG? Thank you. Can we proceed to the other account, students? Yes. According to me, the 5 questions that we are doing in class the day before the exam, if you're able to do this, then it is more than sufficient. Yes. Even considering that you're writing both groups also, you'll have 1.5 days, no? So accordingly, you plan. Like probably you can do 8 topics on the day that you're finishing the previous exam, and 8 topics on the next day, right? So the checklist, whatever we are doing is the checklist. Okay. One is FIFO, one is weighted average method. One is these type of process accounts along with normal loss and abnormal loss. Another one is where there is no responsibility center. Responsibility center is not there, means they are not capable of being sold. They have to send it to the next process only. That mainly these only I have covered. One more same type of problem, little twisted. Okay, that if we are not having time, you people will do it as homework, because conceptually these are the 4 things. Again, I'm saying you should know how to prepare process accounts, ma, and abnormal gain account, abnormal loss account, normal loss account. All this we should know. Then what we should know? We should know about FIFO method, weighted average method. Then we should know about this responsibility center, that is also very simple only. Other than that, there is nothing. Okay. Process. Uh, you want me to repeat it again? FIFO weighted average. FIFO weighted average. All accounts, ledger accounts like process account, then abnormal gain, abnormal loss, normal loss, all this. Okay. And one more is where there is no responsibility center. The process account is not having a responsibility center. That's all. Other than this, there is no checklist. So, service, process, material, and all. I can tell you, even overheads, whatever we did in the class is more than sufficient. Employee cost, although it's easy, little more practice you have to do, because they are frequently asking it in MCQ. MCQ alone, your practice is very important. Okay. So that is one. Standard also, I prepared my material in such a way that whatever we are covering is sufficient. So material, labor, uh, variances I'm saying, material variance, labor variance, variable overhead, fixed overhead, mainly we will cover one problem of each, so that if you do that, that is sufficient. Karke, we can go for the exam. Okay, yes. So now we will proceed. Always aim for high marks. I've always told this, especially in practical papers, we can get good marks. I'm telling it out of my own experience also, and I'm telling it out of experience of my own students also. Because in theory, we don't know. Okay. they may cut marks for certain things. But if your numbers and valuation is correct, how you can cut marks, isn't it, students? So that is my opinion. So you can score high in practical papers. So it will pull your aggregate. Everybody will have their own strengths and their own weakness, but this is a paper where you can, score good marks. Okay. So now we will proceed to first. I will prepare abnormal gain account. Then we will prepare abnormal loss. Then finally normal loss. I will tell you why also. In this order, you can prepare. If you understand the logic, you also given this question in the exam, you will also do in this order only. Okay, ma'am. So now we will start with abnormal gain. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು process 1 ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು process 3 ನಲ್ಲಿನೂ ಇತ್ತು. So now I will come and write by process 1 and by process 3. So now we will go here. Process 1 first we will see. You all can see it is 40, 25 and 1000. Correct, students, everyone? Yes. The rate of rupees 25, 40 numbers, 1000 rupees. We all know this. Okay. So it has come from process accounts only. We are not doing anything new as of now. Okay. Yes, ma. Next one is 14 at 90, 1260. Good, Pranika. So 14 quantity, 1260. Now the main concept is it is 2260 is the total. Okay. Now, students, the main concept is whether it is normal loss or abnormal loss. Loss is what? Some waste item. Okay. I wanted to make 10 coffees out of 1 liter of milk, 10 big cups of coffee. Okay. So I said that one cup is a normal loss. Here and there, people might pour it and all that. My cook has done 2 wastage. Okay. So let me take a bigger number so that it's easy for us. So 1 liter, assume it is making 20 small cups of coffee. Small cups of coffee. Okay. Now, out of that, I am saying 1 cup is normal loss. One small cup by mistake, it is falling and all, it's okay like that. But actually, how many cups, 1.5 cups was lost. That means I can say that 1 cup is actually normal loss and a half cup is abnormal loss. I can say that. Now, for that abnormal loss also, assume that for the spoiled coffee, you are actually, using it as a compost or whatever. Just imagine you are having some sort of, value for it. Okay, for the waste. Okay. Or for the, if you're imagining filter coffee, for the decoction after you take it out, you'll have the waste, right? The powder waste. For that, you are having half cup extra. Assume you are having extra. Now, when I'm putting it in the compost or when I'm putting it to the waste paper fellow, okay, will I differentiate between, hey, Bhaiya, this is normal loss. Bhaiya, this is abnormal loss. Can we do like that? No. Loss तो loss ही है ना? Okay. उसमें कुछ फर्क नहीं है. Why I'm trying to tell this is, we should all understand one thing. Abnormal gain is, now we are talking about abnormal gain. Ma'am, why are you talking about abnormal loss? Now let me tell you. When I told you about abnormal gain, what did I say? It reduces. Good. It reduces normal loss. So, can I say to normal loss? Originally, buyer would have been expecting some, but he didn't get 40 quantity. Isn't it, students? Normally, if he comes to our place, 40 quantity he is expecting. But did he get? No, it turned out to be good. Are you all understanding, students? Again, I'm repeating. I expected one coffee to fall down, but one coffee also has not fallen down. Okay. My waste paper mart fellow is coming and saying, not even one is waste. Then what is my work here? Isn't it? So So it is reducing the normal loss cost. So to normal loss, it is going to be 40 kgs. At the rate of normal loss can be valued only its scrap rate, isn't it, students? So at the rate of rupees 2, that is going to be how much, ma'am? 80. Yes, 80. So again, I'm repeating. Abnormal gain and abnormal loss, together we learned the concept. So again, I'm saying abnormal gain, already in the beginning onwards, I repeated 2-3 times. That is, it is reducing your normal loss. Okay. So normal loss can be valued only at scrap value, or if scrap value is not there, 0. Okay. So it is going to be 2 normal loss. That is going to be 14 kgs. And this is 2. That means it is 28. Then that's all over. 5. Yes, dear. Process 2 is 5. My mistake. 5. 5 into 14 is how much? 70. Yes. Oh. Sorry. I made it one mistake. She made one mistake. Okay, no problem. Anyway, good, no? We are able to interact. So anyway, it's not the first process. It's not the second process. It's the third process. So it is 10. But the concept that we should understand here is normal loss reducing. That's all. Okay. That is why it is debited. Now, whatever is... Sorry, loudly. We are reducing problem. Yes. Now, I will tell, this is not related to process, no, it is going to actually normal loss account. Okay. But the point that you should understand here is, not, it is like an opportunity cost. Had it been a normal loss, I would have got 2. For conceptual understanding, I'm saying. Had it been normal loss, I would have got 2. Okay. Now I'm getting how much? 25. Okay. So balance I'm taking to costing P&L. Understood, students? Again, it is a conservative way of measuring my abnormal gain. Instead of fully taking 2260, actually, hey, this is only capable of being valued like scrap, like that I'm telling. Okay. So balancing figure, that is what is the costing P&L. How much is it, ma'am? Minus 150. 2040. Hey, this is 10, no? 140, no? 140. 2040. Okay. Okay. So this total is also 2260. Done now. Now we will do abnormal loss. Then we will go to normal loss. Now you can understand why I did abnormal gain first. From here also normal loss entries are going to come. That's why. Yes. Super. Good. I'm glad that you people are, very active in the class. Good. Otherwise, what is the benefit of attending? Yeah. Then next comes abnormal loss account. Abnormal loss account. In process 2 only we had, no, students? Yes, ma'am. Process 2. Can you all see? 9275. Sorry, 92.5 and 460. 92.5 and 460. Now can I proceed, students? Now the same logic as I told you. When my waste paper buyer is coming, he will not differentiate between normal and abnormal. That concept you keep in your mind. That means, will I not get money from the scrap dealer for this? Yes, ma, by bank. Why, ma, by bank? Money is coming in, no? Debit the bank account. Scrap value we are getting for this item. Whether it is normal loss or abnormal loss, we are getting money in the cash or bank. So bank account is debited. That is why in the ledger account it is by bank. Understanding everyone? Yes, ma'am. So bank account, what is the value? 5 rupees for process 2. Understood everyone? So it is going, huh? We will take for the balance. We will take for the balance. Did we take normal loss here? Oh, what is happening today? My God. 58 and 400. Again, see, 58 and 400. How we will be able to recognize 5 rupees is the scrap value. How this also can be at 5. So 58 and 400, correct? 58 and 400. Rupees 58 quantity and rupees 400. Now, 8 quantity waste paper fellow will take for 5 rupees. Right, students? So, how much are we getting? 40, no? Then now balance, like our friend asked, now it will go to costing P&L, which is 400 minus 40, 360. So once again, I'm saying abnormal loss we are doing. So should take the abnormal loss from the process two. Out of this, in bank, how much are we getting? For every, yes, ma, 5 rupees. That's so you think about the same thing in your mind, whether it is normal or abnormal, for the waste paper fellow, it will not make any difference. We'll go for the same value. Okay. So now we will prepare for the normal loss account. Now we had normal loss in all processes. Process 1, 2, and 3. So you people tell me the okay. Now first of all, we will take the valuation. Um, Yes, ma. First one was 2, 5, and 10. And how much is the quantity, students? First one's quantity is 2000 into 10%, 200 quantity. Yes, ma'am. 200 quantity, 2. That means 400, no? Yes, ma'am. Next one, 92, 460. Thank you, dear. And the last one, 174. Right, dear. Okay. Then now it will come from abnormal gain also, no? Let us do that also. I will show here. So it is just reposting. Now you see this too. This is going to normal loss now. So we are going to take that. That's all. By abnormal gain. How much was that, ma? 80 and 140. Directly can I write, ma? 80 and 140. There we have shown these items. I have taken directly. Now, what about these? What about these items? Students, Seema, will we not get these items in the bank? Yes. See, so far we wrote only by normal loss. Now, like abnormal loss, for this also we will get cash. No? Yes. Whether it is normal or abnormal, debit what comes in, cash is coming in. So it is going to be by bank account. Again, it is going to be same 400, same 460, and it is going to be same 1740. Yes, students. So now we'll go to the next question. What is the next question? Sorry, ma'am, loudly. Nothing, no, it's already done. Now, this is what I was saying. Process account is not responsibility center. Meter Company Limited is engaged in production of product. Okay. So here we have two different processes, P and Q. Raw material used is given. Raw material cost is given. Direct wages, direct expenses. We balance it. Okay, we will see that. Okay, let's finish this. We will definitely come back to it. So now selling price per unit of output, production overheads of 3 lakhs. Why? Because I want to finish this before lunch. That is why I'm going in a hurry. Yes, students, I will definitely come back to it. Okay. So now it was there in page number 1. Pranika, just remind me. We'll just check it out. Now, production overheads of rupees 3 lakhs are recovered as a percentage of direct wages. Okay. Then actual output of the two processes are also given. Three-fourth of the output was passed to P and Q was passed. Three-fourth of the output of P was passed to Q. All right. And the balance was sold. Okay. So now the entire output of process Q was sold. Fine. Management expenses during the year was 1,70,000. These were not allocatable to any process. I will tell you how to do this part. Normal loss of the two processes calculated on the input of every process was 6% and 10 percentage. Okay. The loss of the process P was sold for 5 per unit and 8 per unit. Assume process P and Q are not the responsibility centers. This is the main target here. So you're required to prepare P, Q, abnormal loss, gain, and costing P&L. That's all, students. So let us start. I'll also open the question. You people also please open the question. Here also, production overhead is given as a percentage of direct wages. Please focus your full attention on this problem. Let us do it together. So it is going to be process P. So we do it slightly quickly. So I'm not preparing the quantity and all, but I will write. We will write just columns we are not preparing. Now, so now start with the question. So they have given raw material used 10,000. So to direct material that is going to be 10,000 and at the rate of rupees 80. So it is going to be what? 8 lakhs. No, no problem. Now, then it is going to be wages that is 52,000. Then direct expenses that is 8,600. Then to production overheads, it is a percentage of direct wages. So what we will do here is we'll calculate the percentage, correct one. So now original percentage, let us do working note number 1 first. Working note number 1 for percentage of wages which is equal to production overheads. That is dash percentage of wages is equal to production overheads. All right, students. So let me say X percentage. Okay. What is the production overheads given in the question? Can you see 3 lakhs just below the table they have given? Okay. Divided by wages. What is the wages, students? 52,000 and 78,000. Can you all see that? Okay. So very similar to the previous question. What is X percentage equal to? So it can be more than 100 also. It seems like it only. Okay. No problem about it. Just like in cost sheet chapter we used to do like that. Overheads can be more than 100% of direct wages. 200, 230.76. All right. Okay, students. So all of you quickly write it down. We will proceed. All of you quickly write it down. We'll proceed. 230.76. So that means here it is going to be 52,000 into 230.76 percentage. How much is that? No? 1 lakh? Acha, 1,20,000. Okay. Next is, they have said about normal loss. Can you see that? Towards the end of the question, they have said P is 6% and Q is 10 percentage. Okay. So we are following the format only. By normal loss, it is going to be 10,000 into 6 percentage. So, and it is 5 rupees. Okay. So is it 600 students? Okay, ma. 600 at the rate of rupees 5. How much is that, students? 3,000? Okay. Then now comes by process Q and also by. Usually we will write bank, but here because it's not a responsibility center, directly I can't sell. Isn't it, students? By costing P&L. So those of you who think, ma'am, I will forget, you write bank, just like how I have written, strike and then write costing P&L. Purposely we have written this because you can write here, because it is not a responsibility center. Not capable of selling on its own. Why I wrote both? They have given in the question that 3/4 is only transferred to Q. Balance is actually sold. Very nice, students. For that purpose only. So for this working note 2, I will do. Okay, students. Actually, it's easy only. You don't have to do working note and all. But because we are focusing on concepts, we are just doing working note 2. ಏನಿದು? Nothing but here we are going to find out 10,000 was introduced, correct? How much is normal loss? 600, no? Yes. Now, how much is the balance, students? 9,000? 9,400. Okay. Up to this, all of us understood. Okay. Now, what is going to happen is, in this 9,400, have they given the actual output, students? Can you see 9,200 is what they have given? Yes, ma. Actual output is given to be. Actual output is given to be 9,200. Oh. That means, can I say abnormal loss is equal to 200 units? Straightforward. Okay, straightforward. Any questions, please let me know. So usually debit side, credit side, easily we will do and finish. Here we can't do like that. because of some more adjustments. That's why. That's why we are writing in this form. Again, I'm saying 10,000 units are introduced. 600 units is normal loss. Actually, I should have got 9,400, but only 9,200 is the actual output. Means 200 is over and above the normal loss, which we call it as abnormal loss. Okay, dears. Now we will proceed, ma. That is actual output only now can be transferred or sold. Actual output can only be transferred or sold because many students are having a doubt, ma'am, should we take 9,400 or 9,200? 200 is abnormally lost. Okay, so it is going to be 9,200, Linda. 3 by 4 is transferred to Q and balance 1 by 4 is sold. 6,900. Okay, dear. And sold is how much? 2,300? Right, dear. Thank you. Please write this down, students. We are talking about units only. All are units. Don't worry. I will definitely do the normal loss for the previous question. Just conceptually, I want to go. This is a topic where थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगाना पड़ेगा. But once you know these type of problems, there is nothing that they can ask twisted or anything. However twisted it is, you will know what is abnormal loss, what is abnormal gain. So now we will proceed to first we'll go and substitute all the quantities and then we will come back. Okay. So now it is going to be by abnormal loss. That is going to be how much, students? 200. We know that it should be valued at CPU. Correct. Very nice. Super. So by process Q, as per working note number 2, yes, ma, 6,000, 6,900 at the rate of CPU. Yes, ma. Next, see, this also will be at the rate of CPU only, no? Yes. Yes, ma'am. So how much was that, students? 2,300 also at the rate of CPU only. Ma'am, why it is sold? How though? Cost of goods sold. Cost accounting systems. Good. Very nice. Super. Good. That is conceptual understand. Very nice. Really appreciate. Good. So now we will proceed. Sorry, ma'am. Okay. What is the selling price? 130. In the costing P&L, it will come. Understood, students? So we will find out the cost price. Whatever is the difference will be the profit. In process account, how you can bring it. But if you're capable of being selling on your own, then you can write by bank. Understanding, students? Yes. Yes. Okay. We have one more question for that also. Okay. Yes. So now we will proceed. See, why I was appreciating Pranika was if you're doing cost accounting systems, we used to take cost of goods sold and then we used to take the sales amount and then we used to find out the profit in costing P&L. Until then, only cost we used to follow. So if it is going to costing P&L, it has to be cost from the process. Good job. So now we will proceed. Again, one more concept is it's not a responsibility center. It's not capable of being selling on its own. Very nice. So CPU, the formula is going to be total cost minus normal loss cost divided by total number of units minus units. Okay. So now let us see how we need to do. So what is the total cost, ma'am? Can you people tell me the total cost, dears? 8 lakh plus 1 final answer. No, ma, I want the steps because if you yourself are 9 lakh 77 600 divided by 9,000. Okay. So this is nothing but total cost minus normal loss cost. This is total number of units minus normal loss units. How much is that? 104. Thank you, dear. I'll tell you here what where students are making mistake. 9,200 they will take in the denominator. Why? We should not take it. 100 is abnormal. Can my abnormal loss be absorbed by good units? Shall we proceed? Yes. So at the rate of 102, sorry, 104, 104, and 104. People, please tell me the calculation after you do. I'll reduce the font size so that everything is visible on the board. 7 lakh 17,600. Okay, ma. 2 lakh 39. Okay, dear. 20. Much. That's why I got confused. Okay. 20,800 for normal loss. And was thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes, dear. So now, please write this down. Then we'll go to Q's account. Then costing P&L also I will do ensure. Only thing is these questions are elaborate. It will take time. So that is why if you practice your easy topics, whatever you are finding, like service or ABC or cost sheet, etc., even standard, if you are finding it to be easy, those questions you can do fast, and these questions for anyone it will take time. Obviously, a lot of calculations. Yes. Okay. So shall I proceed? Okay. Now Q's account we will do. Then we will do the costing P&L. Definitely I'll do a show for this. Process Q account. And please give importance to this. So what is happening? Please give importance to this P and Q or A and B or sometimes A and X. Don't write 1 and 2. We all know that half mark is very important. Now we will go. Yes, to process P. Very nice. 7, 600. Thank you, dear. Then we'll go to wages, no material, 78,000. In the back of my mind, production overheads, Madle Beko. Two expenses, 11,100. Two production overheads is going to be 78,000 into some 200, some percentage we got 230.76. No? Thank you, dear. Please do and tell me. 1,80,000. Right. No problem. Like 1 rupee only. Yes. Ah, okay, no problem, no problem. Yes. Yes. So in the footnote, in the exam, if you feel they may cut marks, give a note saying Because amounts were very close, I have rounded off. Not everywhere. In such cases where it's already lengthy question. Yes, yes. Just try to take advantage. That's because we need to complete on time. Not everywhere. Don't make use of that everywhere. So now here we will do this process P. How much was the number of units here? 9,200. 6,900. 6,900. I'm talking about this corresponding to 7,17,600. Yes, ma'am. 6,900. So 6,900. Simply, I will write here and keep 6,900 units. It will be useful for me when I'm doing the loss or gain calculation. Right. Next is by normal loss. They have given in the question that is 10 percentage. So it is going to be normal losses. Yes, dear. Very nice. 6,900 into 10 percentage. That is 690 at the rate of, they have given, very nice, 8. 9,000? 5,500. 520. Okay. Okay. Next is going to be by costing P&L because whole of Q is sold. Whole of the output of Q is sold, but I can't sell it. I am not a responsibility center. Right, students? Again, I will write because not a responsibility center. So that is going to be, what is the output, my dears? They have given, no? 6,400 given. Okay. 6,400 at CPU that will go to costing P&L. All right, students. Yes. So 6,400 plus 690 in the credit side, 6,900 in the debit side. Okay. Find out whether it is abnormal loss or abnormal gain. One minute. I think there is a recording. No problem. Yes. Tell me, dear. 190 abnormal gain. Super. It is equal to 190 abnormal gain. How did we get 190? Just for our understanding, 6,900 minus 690 minus 6,400. You will get minus 190. That is only abnormal gain. Got it? Yes. That 190 also will be done at valued at CPU. Right now. Very nice. So shall we proceed, dears? So CPU calculation ge hogana. CPU, that is cost per unit, total cost minus normal loss cost divided by total number of units minus normal loss units. Okay. What is the total cost, students? Please help me out with the numbers. 9,81. 180. Okay, ma. Okay. 6,900 minus 690. Correct? Oh. Okay, dear. This is also total cost minus normal loss cost, if anyone is getting confused. Okay. So, how much are we getting? 115. 158. 158. Great. Just 1 minute, yeah, 1 minute. Yes. 158. We will go and substitute. Sorry. Which side are you saying? This side. 12 lakh, 11,000. 10 lakh, 11,000 to Okay. What about this date? Thank you. Okay. Yes. So, personally, I enjoy process a lot, although it can be time consuming. So, once you start enjoying the difficult topics, you don't have to like worry about the subject. whichever subject it is, try to finish off, make you like the difficult topics because we don't have a choice. It's better that we like it. So yeah. So now we will proceed, everyone. Yes. Most of the times, the difficult problems are difficult topics are remaining to be difficult because probably we are not going near it. Think about it. You go more and more near it, you will start liking it. So yes. ஆக்டர் தனுஷோட ஒரு டயலாக் இருக்குல்ல தமிழ்ல முகுந்து தெரியும் பார்க்க பார்க்க பிடிக்கும் அந்த மாதிரி தான் வந்து I like that only this difficult topics it will be waiting for you to come to you, so please go to it. Okay, yes. So chalo students, now FIFO, the following data are available in respect of manufacturing concern. Okay. Oh, oh yeah, you wanted me to do costing P&L, no? Let's do that. Yes, yes, correct, correct. We'll do this. So in the first question, first process we had abnormal loss. Next process we had abnormal gain, isn't it? So let me do abnormal gain account first. This problem, costing P&L I have to do. Yeah. First, let us finish this. Yes. So now it is going to be abnormal gain. Which process we had abnormal gain? Q. Yes, ma'am. So it will be 2 process Q. This one. 190, 158, 30,020. 190 units at rupees 158. 158 was CPU, no? Yes. Okay, ma'am. That was 30,020. You all know that abnormal gain will reduce the normal loss. Super brilliant. Abnormal gain will reduce normal loss. So that means we will do it as 2 normal loss. It is going to be what? 190 units at the rate of, what is the, for Q, what is the price? 8. Yes, ma, 8 for Q. 190 into 8. How much is this? Sorry, 1.5. Thank you, dears. So please, मेरी बात मानो or please write down this. Abnormal gain will reduce normal loss. In today's problems alone, we'll stick to our brain. That's then it is going to be to costing P&L, which will be a balancing figure. That's it. Tell me the balancing figure. Sorry. Thank you, dears. So I wanted to do costing P&L and show you. Okay. Of course, most of you know it, especially if you're good and CAS, no? Obviously, this is also easy. Okay. Yes. It's like if you're good at cost sheet, job costing is easy, like that. Abnormal loss, debit and credit. Product P had, process P had it. Very nice now. So to process P, let us go there and check it out. Um, that is 200 units at the rate of 104. 200 units at the rate of 104, 2800. Okay, then I already told you whether it is normal loss or abnormal loss, we will sell it only. We will get the money in the cash or bank. So debit what comes in? Yes. So it is going to be how much? 200 units at the rate of rupees 5. For process P, it is 5. So it is going to be 1000. So by costing P and L, which is a balancing figure. So again, I'm saying for those of you who are new to this, process P, it has come from process account. This is whether it is normal or abnormal, I will get the waste paper mart fellows money, that is 5 rupees per unit for process P. 19,800. Great. That's all over. Now we will prepare costing P and L. Now, any unallocated expenses there means it will come in costing P&L. I told you when I was reading the question itself that I will be explaining that 1 lakh some amount, some unallocated amount was there. Can you see this? This bracket 1,70,000. I was telling you about this bracket for this that purpose only. It will come in costing P&L, any unallocated. Allocated means it will come to the respective process. No, that is why. So it is going to be 2 um, management expenses, that was 1,70,000. Other than that, most items are going to come from our substitutions only. That is wherever we had. So I will show you, I will tick those amounts and then we will come. So process P, I will little bit increase the font, be easy for all of it. Process P, can you all see? By costing P and L we wrote, I'm going to tick this amount. So in it will go to the costing P&L. This is the first one, right one. 2,39,200. Next is 10,11,200. That is also going to the costing P&L. That is also going to the costing P&L. Then here, abnormal gain. This is also going to costing P&L. Abnormal loss. This is also going to costing P&L. So 4 items will come just from what we prepared. Then sales, that's all. Okay. So now let us do. You imagine. Now, first one we had what? 2 process P. 2,39,200. Right. 2 process Q. 10,11,200. Okay. Then, yes, ma'am. 2 abnormal loss. How much was it? 19,800. By abnormal gain, how much was that? 2,500. 28,500. So I can ideally write it little bit below because I have to write the sales. Here we are just conceptually learning. So it is going to be by bank. That is nothing but sales. How are we? How are we going to get it? All of you see how much is the sales that is made. That is actually 130 and 190. Why not? Here only I have to find out the profit. In process accounts, I'm doing only cost. That is why cost per unit. Okay. So carefully listen. Listen 1 minute. You listen. In process P, how many numbers were sent? 2,300. Correct, everyone? Yes, ma'am. So sent means what? It was sent to costing P and L. I'm saying 2,300. 6,900 went to the process. I should not take that, right? Some people are taking 9,400 or 9,200. No, we should take 2,300. Next is here full. We sent to costing P and L how much? Full 6,400. So now we will come and see the quantity is going to be 2,300 and 6,400. Sorry, ma? Do. 15 lakh, 15 lakh 50,000. 15 lakh 15,000. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. That's all. We have taken all amounts. Whatever is the balance will be net profit. Balancing figure. Like 3,000. 300. Okay. So that is the net profit. Already it is 12:30. So we have to do two more. That is one is P4 and one is weighted average. Let me see which question I was planning to. Mhm. Okay. I'll do the third problem now. So FIFO, the following data are available in respect of manufacturing concern for a particular period. We have opening WIP, that is 800 units at a cost of 4,000. Degree of completion, as far as material is concerned, 100%. Labor is 60%. Now, first of all, what is FIFO? You all know it, but I'm just telling first in, first out. Just as good as for milk, bread, and all, we'll follow this. Whatever first we purchase, that we will first use. Yesterday's milk is there in the refrigerator, means we'll use that first before today's milk. Same concept here also. Now, some students generally ask why actually material is always 100%. Generally speaking, it is 100%. Not necessary, but generally it is 100%. Why? Because if I'm going to, you know, start like, what to say, opening, I'm having some opening WIP, okay, work in progress. So I have to make these water bottles. Okay. Now these water bottles, I should have material fully. Labor and overheads will take some time to get done. Correct. Huh? Material, can I purchase only, okay, only 50% I will purchase, then I will purchase 50%. Can we say like that? All the material should be available for my workers to do the job. Is it correct, everyone? Yes. So that is why material generally is speaking 100% is completed. Already material is available fully. All right. Whatever material expenses was required, that is done in the previous process itself. Understood, students? Yes. Then next is going to be overheads. Okay. Labor and overheads both are 60%. Okay. Input of materials is given to be 9,200 units at a total cost of 36,800. Direct wages is given, production overheads is given, units scrapped is given, material labor overheads, and then closing work WIP is also given. Degree of completion, material, labor, overheads, and then 7,900 units were completed and transferred to the next process. Okay. Normal loss is 8% of the total input, opening stock plus units put in, scrap value is 4 per unit. Prepare statement of equivalent production showing the cost per equivalent unit. Okay. So equivalent production unit means, again I'm saying, what is it? It is basically two half-made helicopters is equal to one fully made helicopter. Like that, I am considering for the purposes of my cost evaluation. It has its own disadvantages and all. But for the purpose of evaluation of number of units, that is what I am doing. Understood, students? Yes. So compute the cost of units transferred to the next process. Abnormal loss and closing WIP using FIFO method. Prepare process account. Okay. So let us start doing. I read the question first. We will do the question a little bit slowly. Okay. You all have the question with you. Whenever you want, you can refer to it. Now put the heading as FIFO. Now, under that, first, let me start preparing the process account. It is going to be 2 opening. Okay. That is going to be, can I say, it is 800 units at the rate of 4,000. That means the rate is how much, ma? 5. Got it? Yes. So this rate and all is optional. If you want, you can simply leave 800 units and 4,000 also you can say. Sorry, ma. I didn't get you. For everything, we should do quantity column. For explanation sake, I wanted to save time. So I am writing in the previous question also. I wrote the quantity, no? I wrote it in the bracket, that's all. Because we are in a marathon. But quantity, though, you have to show. Yes. So those of you think, no, ma'am, I'll get confused from where this 5 rupees came means just write 800 units. That is what we need also. So then it is going to be 2 material. That is going to be 9,200 units are introduced. Okay. At a cost of 36,800. Then 2 wages 16,740. Then 2 overheads 8,370. Then by normal loss, it is going to be for normal loss, what have they said now? It is going to be 8% of total input term, opening plus put units put in. Can you all see? That is going to be the normal loss. You want me to show it in the question? I will show it. This point, I'm talking about this point. All right, students. So normal loss is 8% of total input opening plus units put in. All right. This is opening. This is units put in. Are you all understanding? So it is going to be 800 units plus 9,200 units into 8%. 800. So that is going to be 800 units. Got it, everyone? Yes. So in this question, probably we can do a quantity column so that you people are not getting confused. So just write one quantity column. Nothing. I'm just going to include one more column, quantity. Many quantities are then. 800 units, 9,200 units. This is going to be 800 units. Okay. Next is going to be by how much is transferred. I will show it to you in the question also. 7,900. This point is transferred and complete to the next process. Here they are asking us to prepare only one process account. Okay. So 7,900. So by next process I will write because I don't know which process it is. Name also, number also I don't know. That is going to be 7,900 units. 7,900 units. Then they have given closing WIP is equal to 900 units. Can you all see that, students? Closing WIP is equal to 900 units. Okay, students. So I'm going to take this by closing WIP 900 units. Okay. So now, as usual, we will start preparing the abnormal loss or the number we will calculate. So again, I'm repeating, ma'am, till now, FIFO method and all, they said you never did any equivalent number of units table means we need that tables for cost per unit calculation. Again, I'm repeating, cost per unit calculation, for that purpose only, we need the table. Up to now, cost per unit itself was not required for me. So up to now, you can get your marks even without actually touching the table. I'm not telling because you should omit the table and go. I'm saying when you're in a hurry, first finish this, then go to the table. Okay. So now what we will do is, as far as quantity is concerned, debit side is having how much? 800 and 9,200. Credit side is having what? 800 is normal loss and 7,900 was transferred to the next process and closing WIP is 900. What is the total mark? This is 1,000. This is how much? 9,600. Okay. That means this is 400, which is an abnormal loss, isn't it, students? Are you all understanding? As usual, debit side and credit side, we are comparing. Okay. So 400 is abnormal loss. That's all. Please write it down, students. As far as quantity is concerned, debit side and credit side. So if credit side is more, it is abnormal gain. Debit side is more, it is abnormal loss. Shall I erase and continue every month? Yes. 400. So by abnormal loss, it is going to be 400 units. Okay. Now, after this, we have done everything. What is the normal loss value? Can you see the last bullet point, that is 4 per unit? They have given in the question. Scrap value is 4 per unit. So normal loss will be valued at 4 per unit. So it is going to be at the rate of, yes, no, 3,200, no? 3,200. First column is quantity, second column is amount. Okay. So what about these three? These three only, we should do the calculation now for these three. Cost per unit calculation is a little bit different. That's so if anyone wants to write this part, no, I will minimize the screen so that the entire process account is visible. Please quickly write down, then we will proceed. Come on, students. If you want me to increase the font size little bit also, I can do. Shall we proceed to this? Yes. So good. Now we will go to, so don't break your head with equivalent units to start with. When we are in regular batch, we used to do that because we are learning that only for the first time. But how to smartly do that work? First, you finish process account, most amounts you've already entered. First, you'll have one confidence. Plus, even if you're running short of time, you have written many things. Now we will go to the statement of equivalent. Why equivalent? Same that helicopter example that I told you. That is why. And it is as per what method, students? FIFO method. See, for labor and overheads, suppose the percentage is the same, no? Please have the column as labor and overheads. Percentage is not same, means we will have two different columns. Okay? Labor separately and overhead separately. So here we have input, particulars, output. This is percentage, of course, percentage of completion, right? Percentage of completion. And this is nothing but for material, right? Students, percentage of completion for material. This is also percentage for labor and overheads. Yes. Don't worry about the format. Once you understand, automatically you will get the logic behind it. Okay? All right. So now, how much is introduced, ma? 800 from opening. And I think 9,200 was introduced. If I say, will you all agree? Yes. Introduced. Now, all of you, 1 minute, you please listen to me. Total, it is 10,000. Okay. But how much is transferred to next process? Yes, ma'am. 7,900. Correct, ma'am. I think the third bullet point from last. Third bullet point from last. Transferred to next process. In the question, third bullet point from last is going to be 7,900. All right, students. Now, out of that, opening WIP. Ma'am, first, why you are choosing to opening WIP? FIFO. Which milk packet I purchased yesterday? I'm using today first. That is why. 800 first I will exhaust. 7,900 is actually what? The units which are completed. For units which are sent to the next process. Yes, ma'am. So opening WIP is 800. Out of opening WIP, ma 800. Here, no. I will show you in the question. Do you? One. It's previous page. It is. Okay. What happened, ma? Where now? Closing, ma. Closing. What happened, dear? Closing WIP is still 900 only, ma. We're talking about opening, my dear. So now, here it is going to be processed. That is from the current period, current process. Current period, current process. Can I say 7,900? 7,900 minus 800. 7,100, no? Are you all understanding, students? So first, what you should do? How much is transferred to next process? That you should find out. 7,900. First, I will exhaust my opening because we are in FIFO method. So 900 if 800 if I take 800. 7,100 now I have processed. That is the meaning. Is everyone understanding this very clearly? Any questions? No. What happened, ma? You're not getting it, huh? No problem. Opening is how much? 800. How much is the materials input you introduced? We are not talking about output. Assume your process is nothing but you are buying wooden logs and you are actually making tables out of it. Okay. So 800 and 9,200. Okay. But that example will not work here. So just listen to me because different examples. Opening is going to be 800. 9,200 is the input that you introduced. 9,200. 10,000 total. Now, 7,900 is transferred to the next process. Okay. Out of that, will you not use 800 first? See, whatever you purchased, can you simply use everything in the process? No. You purchased 10,000, but 7,900 is only transferred to the next process. Understood? Out of that, 800 is from opening. Because first in, first out. Understood, ma? Balance now you process. That is 7,100 from the current process, current period, current month or whatever it is. Is it clear, everyone, now? Because I want you to be very clear. Pranika, shall I proceed? No? Okay. So now next one is going to be as usual. Normal loss, abnormal loss, everything will write. Normal loss was how much more? 800. Normal loss, you should understand one thing. No completion, nothing. It is absorbed by good units. So no equivalent units. No equivalent units. But for abnormal loss, we will compute. Abnormal loss, we will compute. Abnormal loss was how much, dears? 400 units. Yes, ma'am. 400 units. Then how much is closing WIP? 900. This now I am considering 900 closing WIP. So from the exam point of view, how you can remember is, please listen to me very carefully. All the amounts, all the data in the credit side, that is quantity I'm saying. Normal loss we wrote, then we wrote abnormal loss, we wrote next process, and we wrote closing WIP. These are the four quantities that will come in your output. These are the four quantities that will come in your output. That 7,900, how we are utilizing? For that only FIFO mark. There is no change as far as normal loss, abnormal loss, closing WIP is concerned, even in weighted average method. But how we are using the 7,900 is the main difference between FIFO and weighted average method. Understood? So that 7,900, first you are using opening, then balance is processed. So in the debit side, the quantity will be what? 800 and 9,200. That is what is your input. So input column, output column, if you know how to write them, there is no difficulty. That's all. So from the credit side, I wrote output column. From the debit side, I wrote input column. Understood? So that's all. Now we will proceed to the further things. You people, please tell me if you're facing any difficulty, even a mild doubt if you have, you tell me. We will not proceed until you understand. No doubts? Okay. All right. Now we will proceed. No. Opening work in progress is used for 7,900, which is getting completed. It was opening work in progress. That means it was in process in the beginning. Now, first I'm completing that only, no? I'm completing that only first. I'm using that and completing that first. Yes. Understood, everyone? Yes. Why I couldn't give that wooden log example is that is like raw material. It was not like that. Already processed income. That is why I didn't give that example. Okay. So now percentage of material. All right. Now you all see opening WIP. Can you all see they have given 100%, 60% and 60%. Should I show in the question? In the question you see Degree of completion. Degree of completion is going to be for opening. For opening stock only, they have given degree of completion. Material 100, labor 60. Next page it is given to be 60. Overheads. Okay. So based on that only, I'm going to write here. Like Pranika asked the correct question now. It is easy for me to explain. Why? Because she asked me, why are you using that 800? I said, now only we are going to complete it. Okay. That means material 100% was incurred in previous process. Assume that previous process is Ramya's process. Current process is Mukund's process. Okay. In Ramya's process itself, 100% of materials she has given. Mukund will give zero material for 800 units. Whatever material was required for 800 units is already given by previous process, which is Ramya. Again, I'm repeating. Opening work in progress. Opening half-made helicopter is given. First, we will finish that helicopter as per FIFO. First in, first out. So material that was required for the full helicopter is given by Ramya fully. 100% it is complete as per the question. Right, students? So Mukund, this is whose process? Mukund's process. We are doing Mukund's process. So in Mukund's process, zero material is required for the opening. For the opening. Should I repeat that, Mukund? Once I'll repeat. No? Anyone has any doubt? Okay. So from Ramya's process, 60% is completed. Can you all see? Labor and overheads, 60% she has completed for the helicopter. How much should be completed by Mukund? 40%. Understood, students? So 40% should be completed for the 800 helicopters which are not fully made. Understood, everyone? 800 into 40%. How much is that, Ma? 320. So, what is the meaning of that? 320 is the number of units for which Mukund has spent the money as far as number of units are concerned. 800 units are actually in WIP, but for labor and overheads, he spent only as good as 320 units. Why? Because already balance is borne by Ramya's process. Now Mukund's process, only this much has to be borne by Mukund. Getting my point, everyone? Yes, ma'am. One last time I'll repeat and then we'll proceed. 100% is complete as far as previous process is concerned. That means for material. For the current process, zero. Zero. I won't spend anything. Yes, ma'am. Same way, 60% is complete as far as labor and overheads is concerned. That means now I'll complete only 40%. As simple as that. Good. Now, 7,100. See, this is completed by me only. No, this is completed by Mukund only. We can't attribute it to Ramya or next process. Yes. So it is going to be 7,100. We should understand this is total only, ma. Nothing will come for total. Already separately we did, no? What will come for total? Separately we did. Normal loss, nothing. It is absorbed by good units. No equivalent units. Super. Abnormal loss. Abnormal loss. They have said it is going to be degree of completion 100%, 80%, and 80%. Can you all see that? Units scrapped they have given. And below that, they have given 100, 80, and 80. Can you all see that, students? Yes, ma'am? All right. So that means, can I say 100% and 80%, students? For unit scrapped, I will show the question one. See here. For units scrapped, they have given the degree of completion. So I'm taking that only. Why, ma'am, you didn't take balance? For opening only, I should take balance. This is current year, current period's completion they are giving. For Mukund's completion only they have given. Understood, students? So 400 into 100%, 400. 400 into 80%, that is again 320, no? Yes. Got my point, everyone? Yes. Now we'll go to closing WIP. They have again given in the question. Again, I will show you, then only we will proceed. For degree of completion of closing WIP, they have given 170 and 70. They have given. So we will take the completion. That is 170 and 70. Okay. So that means this is 900. Is this 630? Yes. Now, please listen 1 minute very carefully. This closing WIP of Mukund, assume he is giving it to Pranika, who is the next process. For Pranika, the opening WIP will be how much? 900. 900. So for you, already Mukund has spent 100% on material. So will you spend anything? No. How much you will spend for labor and overheads? Already he spent 70. Now you should spend 30. Understood everyone? That's all. Okay, students. So once again, I'm repeating. Don't get confused. Opening means you should take the balance. Okay. 100% means 0. 60% means 40. 50% means 50. 80% means 20. Like that balance you should take. For all others, whatever is given, we will take. That's all. Okay. Now we will take the number of units total. Okay, students. Please total it for these two columns. 8,400. 8,370. Thank you. Just glance through it. This column only, many people are telling me that it is, they have found it to be easy only after they have worked out the problems. So input, output, percentage of completion, equivalent units. That's all over. We'll do. We're going to do. Next problem is weighted average. Only this will change. Because you're asking me, I'm saying, only this part will change. Major change will happen only there. Go through. If you're having any doubt, no, please ask. I'm here for that purpose only. Okay. Now we will go to the, seems like all of you understood only. Now we will go to the cost per unit. Yes. Cost per unit is equal to how much? It is going to be for material and for labor and overheads. Separately, we should calculate the cost. That is the important thing here. Because number of units are differing. No. All previous questions, what we used to do, divided by total number of units minus normal loss units. Here we can't do like that. We are getting 8,400 and 8,370 different numbers for material, labor and overheads. Okay, so that is why this is what total cost column. This is going to be what number of units column. Number of units first I'll write down 8,400 and 8,370. Let me know when we can proceed. Okay, now cost per unit. What is the numerator? Right. Shall we proceed? What is the what is the cost per unit formula? Generally speaking, total cost minus normal loss cost. Yes. Now for material, separately we'll pick it up. That is going to be, this is the material cost minus this is the material Normal loss, material cost, no. Normal loss is material loss only, no students. Can it be labor and overheads? So it is going to be 36,800 minus 3,200. 36,800 minus 3,200. Simply from process account, we picked. That's all. We picked. Labor and overheads. For labor and overheads, what we will do? 16,740 plus 8,370. 16,740 plus 8,370. So that's all. You will find that total cost divide by number of units. You will get CPU. Same formula only. We have distinguished between material versus labor and overheads. Sorry, 483. 483. 4, 3. Achha, 4 and 3. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Shall we proceed there? Yes. Now, why did we do this calculation? Why? Because we need these three amounts. Abnormal loss amount we need, a next process amount, and closing WIP. For these only we need. Now let us do the calculation. You are expected to do it separately as far as these type of problems are concerned. These type of problems means wherever equivalent number of units problems are there, you are expected to do the calculation separately. Please do it separately. Okay. Simple. Now it is going to be units processed to next process. That is, can I say 7,900? Out of that, we know opening is there and also current process is also there. If I say like that, will you all agree with me? Opening is also there, current process is also there. Correct? Okay, ma'am. Let us see how to do. Opening, Linda. All of you see 800 units at a total cost of 4,000. Can you all see that first line of the question? Very nice, ma'am. 4,000. So they are giving me from the previous. Yes, ma'am. Ramya. Ramya, will you give free of cost? No, at least total cost you have to charge on him. No, that is 4,000. Okay. Now, how much we are in whose process? Mukund's process. Previous process is Ramya. Next process is Pranika. Now, Mukund's process. How much he spent on material for opening? Zero. For opening only, no, may I see? Zero. For labor and overheads, 320 units. Yes, ma'am. So it is going to be zero on material plus for labor and overheads, 320 units. Labor and overheads, 320 units into what is the cost, ma'am? 3. Super. 960. Very wonderful, ma'am. You can do the total at 10. So current process give previous cost ಏನು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Material cost will be there. Let us understand. All of you see this. 7,100 units, no? Mukund has processed. Yes, ma'am. This is also 7,100. Both the material as well as labor and overheads. So it is going to be for material 7,100 into 4 plus for labor it is going to be 7,100 into 3. That's all. What is the total for the first item, opening and current process? You can tell. Or if you want, you can do the total and also tell. But the main thing is about the substitution. Are we all understanding this? 4,960 for the first one. Okay, ma. 720. Yeah? 7. Okay, thank you. This 54,660 will be the cost for the next process. So I'll go and substitute here 54,660. 1 minute due. I'll definitely show. So we are going to the process account and we are substituting. This one you want more? Yeah. Please do. Sorry, what happened here? Yeah. Sure. First line of the question. They have said previous process is transferred at a cost of 4,000. First line of the question. Sorry, ma'am. Question. And previous first, it came to us as 4,000. Then we processed it using no material but labor and overheads. Now we'll go to the next step. Shall I scroll down here? Yes. Now, abnormal loss. Abnormal loss. Here I will go and see. For Mukund's process, we have to do everything. Abnormal loss. 400 for material, 320 for labor and overheads is the number of units. 400 for material as per the table, 400 units, and for labor and overheads 320 units for abnormal loss into rupees 4 for material into rupees 3 for labor and overheads. So this is 1,600, isn't it? And this is 960. Great. So is it 2560? Yes. So 2560 has to be taken to the ledger as well. Shall we proceed, students? Two, 560. Okay, students. Next one. Closing WIP. How much Mukund completed? As far as closing WIP, 900 and 630. So let us go to that. For material, he did 900, and for labor and overheads, he did 630. So into 4 and into 3. This is 3,600. This is 1890. Okay. So the total is going to be 097. Is it 5790? Yes. Okay. 5490. Right. So 5490 will go to the process account again. Right, everyone? Yes. Okay. So now it's done. So that's all. It's over. FIFO method is over. I hope you people have got a very good grip of it now. Same. You do one more problem if you want. If you feel at home, you can do one more problem. Then, if you're comfortable, last day you can do the same problem. Okay, yes. So, because it's time, we'll break for lunch. We'll meet up after half an hour. We'll do weighted average method. We'll finish that other first question also. That other question, one question I'll give as homework. Okay, yes. Now, then we'll start with cost accounting systems because a little more important than ABC. ABC, I think most of you are finding it to be easy. We'll work out at least two problems in the class. Yes. Tomorrow, I will start with standard, although most of you are finding it to be easy. Then I will do marginal because standard is very important. Marginal I will do then. Budget will attempt to do few problems because most of you again there's no nothing much there. Cash budget is already covered in the FM, so that's it. Okay. Anyway, we did it in class. I think cash budget. Uh, in my class, I have done cash budget. Fine. So now we will proceed. So we'll take a half an hour break for lunch and then I'll meet you all. Okay. See you. Hmm. So I wanted to do this question as homework. Okay. Do this question as homework. Now we will go to the next question. So weighted average cost method. Okay. So now ABC Limited manufactures a product ZX by using the process, namely RT. For the month of May 2007, the following data is available. So material introduced is 16,000, transferred to next process is 14,400. Work in progress at the beginning of each month, beginning of the month, 4 by 5 was completed. Okay. At the end of the month, 2 by 3 was completed. Cost records are there. Work in progress at the beginning of the month. Material and conversion cost. Cost during the month. Material and conversion cost is given. Normal spoiled units are 10% of the finished goods output to the next process. Defects are identified in their finished state. That means the abnormal loss, FG is lost. Correct, students? Yes, no. Then material for the product is put in the process at the beginning of the cycle of operation, whereas labor and other indirect costs flow evenly over the year. It has no realizable value for the spoiled units. Okay. So that means now normal loss, we will take it as zero because scrap value is not there means we should take it as zero. Correct. You're required to prepare the statement of equivalent production, average cost method, statement of cost and distribution of cost, and the process accounts. Okay. So now we will start doing this. So here we have said average cost method, which is only weighted average cost method. That is what I'm going to teach you in this problem. So all the checklist is over. Combination is only the homework question. Okay. So what and all we learned? We learned process accounts from morning. Then we also learned in case of it's not being a responsibility center, then how to handle that. Then we learned how to handle FIFO, now weighted average. Then we will proceed. Generally, students are finding average cost method to be little easier only than FIFO. All right. So now we will proceed. So I advise you to have the question with you because it's yesterday some of the students were asking me, ma'am, PDF is not uploaded. Actually, when you click it in the description, it is there in the YouTube also. So if your friends are asking also, you can tell them they are probably not seeing the description. If you click more, the description itself, it is uploaded. All four marathons will be uploaded. along with PDF only. Otherwise, you will not be able to study that as well. You might lose what you're having here. So you can take a print and keep if you want. Yes. So now we will proceed. I'm just thinking in which order, if I do, it will be comfortable for you. Like the previous question, first I will start with process account and then we will continue with the statement of equivalent units. Process RP account. Here we have debit and here we have credit. So particulars, quantity and amount. Particulars, quantity and amount. Okay. Now we will start with opening. So we have given in the question the number of units. Can you answer? So the material introduced is 16,000 units. Okay. Material at the beginning of the month is 4,000 units. Big material at the beginning is 4,000. Okay. So now what we will do is they have given material introduced transferred to next process that is going to be 16,400, 16,000 and 14,400. But work in progress at the beginning of the month, that is going to be material and conversion cost. I will show it to you. Maybe you're getting confused, so I'll show it to you. Can you see? Work in progress at the beginning of the month. We are talking about opening WIP only. So material and conversion cost both are given. So we will consider both corresponding to the opening yes month. So it is going to be 30,000 plus 29,200, or simply you can write two opening two times also 30,000 and 1. You may get confused with the quantity, so I'll write it in the bracket. 30,000 plus 29,200. So that is 59,200. Right, everyone? Yes. So usually, please look into the question. Yes, ma. Yes, my dear. For the opening, material cost also I had, conversion cost also I had for the same number of units, for the same 4,000 units. Yes. So now we will proceed to the next step. That is to materials introduced. Right now. How many units are introduced? 16,000 units. Right there. And what is the amount? Can you all see? 1,20,000 given in the question. Materials. Yes. Given in the question. Towards the end, they have given. Next, to labor and overheads. Because conversion cost. So if a child is writing to conversion cost also, chale. Right. It is going to be how much? 1,60,800. This is also given in the question. Okay. Then we will, as usual, write by normal loss. Is the normal loss given? Yes, ma'am. Spoiled units is 10%. Very nice. So now let us see how much is spoiled, students. So for that, we need to do some calculation. We will come back to it. Yes. Next, it is going to be, let me say it is going to be by closing stock. How much is the closing stock? 3,000 units. Only units I'm going to enter because I want only units right now. Yes. So it is going to be by next process. Next process, what was, they have not given the next process. I'll write next process. By next process. How much is the next process, students? Have they given it? Yes, ma'am. Can you see second line of the question? 14,400. I will show it to you. 14,400. Correct, ma'am? So I will take it here as 14,400. I'm using the amount, I'm using the numbers that is given in the question and I'm doing it. Okay. 1 minute. Let's see if the recording is made. Yes, sir. Now we will proceed to the next. Now see, in this question, they have given normal loss is 10% of finished output transferred to the next process. I will show it to you. One. Normal loss is 10% of goods transferred to the next process. Am I right, students? Yes, ma'am. That means transferred to next process quantity is how much? 14,400 into 10%. Ma'am, always it is, they are talking in, normal loss with respect to input. Correct, ma'am? Usually with input only they are saying. Here they have said with respect to transfer to next process. So I have done this calculation. That is why first I wrote 14,400, then I did this calculation. Understood? So it is obviously 1440. Up to this, let me know if there are any questions, any doubts. Okay, ma'am. Great. Matte, they have given in the question, somewhere we read, if you all remember, here, can you see realizable value for spoiled is nothing, nil. So I will write the amount to be 0. In regular class, I think Ramya had this doubt. Right. So now we will proceed to the next step. That is going to be abnormal loss athwa gain anta. We will find out normally, just like normal we will do. Debit side quantity is going to be 4,000 and 16,000. Credit side quantity is 1440, 14,400 and 3,000. Compare and tell me abnormal gain. Huh? Sorry, ma. See, this is 20,000, isn't it, ma? Oh, no problem, no problem. Abnormal loss. What is the total, ma, here? 40, 8, 18,840. Correct, ma'am. So it is 1160. 1160 abnormal loss. That's it. Yes. So we will write down now. If anyone wants to write, you write, and then I will proceed. This is with respect to quantity, dears. Okay, ma'am. So it is going to be by abnormal loss 1160. See, directly we could have written balancing figure, but the balancing figure is not abnormal loss. It is only for quantity. Only for quantity. That is why. So now I will just erase this so that. So up to this, is there any doubt? No. Very nice. So up to this, there is no change also. Normally, what we used to do for process, same thing we have done. Very nice. Now, weighted average cost or average cost method, using that we will prepare the statement of equivalent units. Statement of equivalent units. That is using average cost method. So this is what input. This is what particulars. This is what output. This is what percentage of completion for what material. This is percentage of completion for labor and overheads. For labor and overheads, as long as percentage is same, please take the same column. Shall we proceed, students? Yes. Input is 4,000 units at the beginning, opening, and during, how much is it? 16,000. If I say, will you all agree with me? Right. What and all we should write an output completed, transferred, abnormal loss, very nice, closing, and this I will tell it as little on top. I will put transferred. Although we know it is normal loss is nil, simply I will write. Yes. To write that it is nil. I told you already. Yes. So now we will proceed to transferred. How much is transferred, dears? Very nice. 14,400. ಹಂಗೆ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ದಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆವರೇಜ್. ಎಸ್. ಫಿಫಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ if it is FIFO, whatever I'm writing in green, I'll write in green. Whatever I'm writing in probably red, because sometimes if I write in green, the background is also green. So this um, opening will be what? 4,000. Balance 14,400 minus 4,000 is 10,400. 10,400. Like that we would have done if it was FIFO. Understood, everyone? It's not FIFO, no. Directly we're going to take 14,400. Got my point, everyone? Okay. Those of you who want, you can write in pencil or different coloring. If it is FIFO means this is how it would have looked at. Previous question 7,900. We split it into 8,000 and 7,100. Hungary. Shall I proceed, students? Yeah. Because I'll just erase that red mark alone. Other things you can write aramse. Only red mark I will erase. Done. Great. Now, for next 2 minutes, please listen to me very carefully. First of all, the percentage. Listen, ma. I have transferred. No opening, nothing. Transferred means if it is fully completed only, no, I will transfer it. In that logic, I am operating. Understood, students? Ma'am, what about half completed? What about closing WAP? I'm having separately. I'm having separately. So fully completed to the next process, 14,400. Transfer to the next process is 14,400 given in the question. Correct, students? So that is going to be 100%, 100%. So that will be 14,400 and 14,400. Very nice. What is the next one? Abnormal loss. Please go to the table that we already prepared. That is the process account. Can you all see? It is 1160. Isn't it, ma? Yes. So it is 14. Sorry. It is 1160. They have given in the question. I will show you that. That is, it is identified in their finished state. That means only at FG stage. FG stage means it is 100% complete, no? Yes, ma'am. So there is no one logic for all problems. So what is given in the question? Again, I'm saying defectives are found in the FG stage, completed stage. That is why completed means material also full kharcha is done, labor also full kharcha is done. That is why 100. Yes, ma'am. So 1160 and 1160. Closing WAP Again, we will take from this process account 3,000. Already 14,400 we took. Normal loss, anyway, it will not come for us, right? If you want, you can write the quantity 1440. It will not come. It will not come. So the last one is how much? 3,000. Now you please see in the question, they have said at the end of the month, two-third is completed. Can you all see? At the end of the month. Now you may ask, ma'am, 450 you ignored. I ignored because I'm not following FIFO. For opening, why I will break my head as to what is 4/5 and what is 1/5. I'm not following FIFO. Now that is why for closing alone I'm considering that is 100%, and this is going to be two-third. 2 by 3 means I think it will be 66.66 percentage. Yes, Steve. Yes. So like that you can do. Or you can simply keep it as 2 by 3 also, no problem now. Yes. So 3,000, this will be 3,000 and this will be 3,000 and that means 2,000, no? Yes. See, if you do into 2 by 3, it is very simple because 3 and yes, that's. So you can do the totals and tell me. So what we find total is equivalent units. Okay, ma'am. I think this should be 17,560. You know how? Yeah. Big, only 1,000 difference. Very nice. Super. Good, Pranika. Very nice. Now we will proceed. Yes. So we'll find out the cost per unit now. Cost per unit, we all know that it is going to be total cost minus normal loss. So material ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ normal loss, labor and overheads. So material, let us go and check it out here only. So we have 1,20,000, right, students, everyone? Out of that 59,200, how much is material, students? 30,000. Can you all say that? 59,200, how did we get material 30,000 plus 29,200 conversion? Isn't it, students? So we are taking only material. So 1,20,000 plus, yes, ma'am. Okay, 1,20,000 plus 30,000. 1,20,000 plus 30,000 minus 0. No normal loss, no. Normal loss is 0. Please write minus 0, otherwise you may get confused. That is why I'm saying normal loss is nil here. Okay. Labor and overheads are same way we will do 1,68,000 plus 29,200. 1,68,000 plus 29,200. So divided by final answer alone I'll write you 18,560 and 17,560. This is what equivalent units. This is the total cost. When you divide, you will get the cost per unit. Eight point zero eight. Okay, dear. 10.82. Okay, thank you. So with this, we'll be able to do it. Like many students are feeling, you people are also feeling average cost to be easy. No? Yes, because that thing is not there. But yes, but please be comfortable with FIFO also, given that anything can be asked in the exam. Especially we know our institute, and it is difficult only they are going to ask. Yes. So now we will proceed. But anyway, we will be ready for any challenge. Now we will proceed for. So first of all, we will do for processed. That is going to be material and labor. Previous cost and all I'm not considering here because I'm not splitting it into opening. Understood, students? So 14,400 plus 14,400 into 8.08 plus labor is going to be what? 14,400 into 10.82, no? 10.82. For conversion cost, it is going to be this. I will write it as conversion cost so that you're not getting confused. For abnormal loss, how much was abnormal loss, students? Completely 1160. Yes, 1160. So 1160 into 8.08 plus 1160 into 10.82. This is also that. Closing WIP, that is equal to how much now? 3000. Yes, great. So 3000 into 8.08 plus this one is going to be what? Students, 3000 into 2 by 3. Remember everyone? 2000. So we will take it from the equivalent units. So directly 2000 into 10.8. So please do the total for the first processed one. Then for abnormal loss, 2,70,000 to 160. Thank you. 21,924. Okay. Okay, deal. What's the last amount? 45? Thank you, dear. That's it. We have to go and substitute everything in the process account. 270 to 160. 270 to 160. Then 21,924. 45,880. No, last one. Okay, dear. That's all. So we have done this also. Some rounding of difference can be there. That is okay. Clear, everyone? Yes, ma'am? Okay. Because of rounding. Because we had two decimals, no, one in 10.08, 10.82, 8.08. Because of that. That is okay. No problem. Have to take two decimal places. We took no problem. See, for this and all, nobody will penalize. Even if you are 39 and a half also, they will not penalize in that also, that atmosphere. Anyway, you are all not going to be that way. We are all aiming for 67. He came to Shivayu. So I think he scored 55 in costing. Uh, but that's okay. Then one more for Harsha. Okay, Harsha is his name. Yes. He got 67 in costing. So costing, again, I'm telling, it's a very scoring subject. Multiple students. I just gave you example of this batch who has come. It's very easy. CA or CMA. Costing. Decide and score. That's okay. So process with this. I have completed from my side. I want you people to practice more. ABC Fatafat will complete. But cost accounting systems first I will get to do because most of you had some doubts in that, isn't it? So let us get through that. Today I plan to do journal entries. If you can do journal entries, obviously you can do ledger accounts. No, do ledger accounts. So, if you have completely forgotten, what I would suggest is, especially if you're writing in September, do all the questions from your textbook. Okay, there are two options. In my regular batch, I've done all the problems from your institute material also. So you can either refer to that recordings. I'll ask her to give the recordings. That is one. Otherwise, ma'am, only few doubts are there. Means you can always come back and ask. Okay. So that if you do, that is more than sufficient. Okay. So that missing information problem in the textbook is very all right. Yes. So now we will start with cost accounting systems. Just 1 minute. So I have to open marathon 2 for that, no? Because in that only the questions are there. Yes. See, this question number one. Actually, ledger accounts are only asked, but if there is doubt only in journal, no? So that is why I'm teaching journal. With that, you can do the ledger. Complete closing of ledger is also very important. How to close? What is the logic? It is very simple. It is following the format of cost sheet. That's all. Okay, students. Okay. What are all the checklist? Very simple. Non-integrated, integrated, and you have the last one, which is reconciliation. And in reconciliation, and one more, if I have to give you that missing information question in your textbook, fourth or fifth problem illustration. There's a wonderful problem we have done in regular class. That's these are the main checkpoints that I want you to do. And you should know to close the ledgers. This is not a checklist or anything. You should know to do this. It's very important. Yes. If you're facing any difficulty, let me know. Online students who are watching this also, you can put it on the comments. We will see and I will make a separate video. So what you will do is wherever you're finding any difficulty, even if you're watching it later, put it in the comments. If that particular comment, if that particular topic is frequently asked in the comments, we'll try to do a video separately for that topic. That is what we have planned. Okay. So now, first, reconciliation, missing information. That is only the question number 4 or 5 from your illustration in the text. Okay, dear. All right. Now I will erase it. Shall I? Okay. Closing ledger is not a checklist and all that. It is just that you have to know it. Don't stop with journal. That is what I'm trying to tell. Okay. But it's not a very big thing and all. It's just a very simple thing. Okay. So now factory overhead allocated to WIP. So now because if people are finding this to be really difficult, I will start from this. Okay. I will go this also. Raw material purchased. So first of all, non-integrated means what should we do? Debit the receiving department, credit the giving department. Understood, students? Yes. Now, if you have cash or supplier or customer, all these will not come because non-integrated means cost accounting and financial accounting records are separate, completely alag alag. Which means what we should do instead of these, wherever cash is going to come or supplier is going to come or debtor is going to come, we should use what is called as general ledger adjustment or cost ledger control. Both are used alternatively. General ledger adjustment and cost ledger control used alternatively. Yes. Same way, RM control account or stores ledger control both can be used alternatively. All this you all know. Simply I'm saying RM control account or stores ledger control you can use alternatively. But suppose if they have asked you to open a stores ledger control account, please don't call it as RM control. Understood? No, everyone? Yes. So now we will proceed. Sorry, ma? Customer, debtor, creditor, cash, all these are in integrated only we will have. Financial records बिल्कुल अलग है ना. So only debit the receiving department, credit the giving department. इसीलिए. ठीक है? So now with this information, you will be able to proceed further. In regular class, we discussed how cost sheet is very connected to this with some diagrams and all that. But see here, within the time that is available, but I will make sure that you're all understanding it. Okay, that much I will do, definitely. Raw material purchased. Okay, which department is receiving? Raw material, either material control or stores ledger control. Stores is receiving, isn't it? Stores ledger control. SLC means stores ledger control. Please write the full form and all. Okay, yes. Debit the receiving. Giving. Is there any department which is giving? No. Cash or creditor. In the place we should use general ledger adjustment. Understood, students? They will not penalize you for writing material control or stores ledger control alternatively and all. They will not penalize. So the amount is going to be 22,422. So understood, everyone? So I'm going in this order because it's easy. First two maybe slightly on the higher side to start with. So I'm starting from the third transaction. Have you all written it down now? Yes. Quickly write it because I'll erase and do it in the same page. Yes. Sorry, dear. Question number 1 of marathon number 2. That will also be uploaded along with today's video. Yes, marathon 1 was uploaded yesterday along with PDF 1. I'm just seeing that also 1 minute. Can we proceed, students? Everyone? Yes. So now we will go ahead with the material control or stores ledger control. Along with amount you write because we are going in order which is different. Yes. So then next step. So I'll put a tick mark. We'll know what and all we completed. So direct wages allocated to WIP. Okay. First of all, before going to this, no, I will tell you direct wages incurred. Okay. What is the journal entry, students? Wages control account debit to GLA. I can't say cash. So GLA. Easy or difficult? Easy. Normal journal entry with some small adjustments. Cash I will not have. Wages control. But you may ask, ma'am, wages control is one department. No. So if it is direct or indirect, we are having two things. So if it is direct, it will be transferred to WIP control account. If it is indirect, it will be transferred to production overheads. Are you all understanding, students? Direct means WIP control account debit to wages control. Why, ma'am? Direct means it is going, wages is for what? Can it be raw material? No. From raw material to WIP stage only no labor is required. So which department is receiving? The processing department. That is why WIP control account debit to wages control. Are you all understanding? Wages control itself is not a department. No, that is why it is getting cancelled. Okay. Indirect means what is it? Indirect labor means in general some labor has been incurred means it is going to be production overhead. That is the receiving department to wages control. That is the thing. So this question is not there. Simply I have discussed. Wages incurred is not what we are going to do. For the background, I have discussed this. Are you all understanding now? Any questions? Shall I explain it again to you? Ah, debit the receiving department, credit the giving department. Direct means WIP, indirect means POH. Okay, ma. Now we will proceed. So, what is the meaning of this statement? That is, direct wages allocated to WIP means, is it not direct wages? Directly incurred for direct purpose, not for indirect. That means, again, what is the journal entry, students? It is going to be wages control account debit to GLA because cash I can't use. Wages itself is not a department. It should be used for some other department. So it is given here to be WIP. WIP control account debit to wages control. Two entries will come. Right, students? So the amount is going to be 18,370, 18,370, 18,370 and 18,370. That is why we learned clearly what is the adjustment for direct and indirect. Are you all understanding, everyone? Yes. So second, POH, second one alone will change. POH to W. Work. Wages control. By the word allocated to WIP, we understood that it is direct. Yes, ma'am. Without the background, probably it will be difficult. So only explain that first. Shall we proceed to start? Done, dear? Oh. Now the third one, COGS. COGS means cost of goods sold. Okay. Which department is receiving COS or COGS? Okay. COGS control account debit. Two, who will give it? FG. FG department, can WIP department give it? No. FG only can be sold. No. Yes, ma'am. So COGS to FG. Are you all understanding? Can you see there is a what to say, loop of cost sheet only here. First RM, then WIP. Now we are coming to FG. So COGS control account debit to FG control account. To FG control account. That amount is 42,000. 42,000. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. COGS control account debit to FG control account. WIP can't give, overheads can't give, FG only can give. That's why. You assume you are in a manufacturing factory, multiple departments are there. Which department would have given to which department? If it is not between two departments, GLA should come. Okay. Right, dear? Shall I proceed now? Okay. So this I will erase. It's easy to have access to the question. That is why I'm doing like this. Now, raw material issued to production. All right. Which department is receiving? Production means that is work in progress. Right, students, everyone? So, work in progress control account debit to which department is given? RM department. So, RM control or SLC. Both are okay. Whatever you debited, now you will credit. At the time of purchase, if you debited RM control, you should credit RM control now also. But in this question, they have given RM control account opening balance. So if you are preparing ledger accounts, it is best to use RM control instead of SLC. Are you all understanding, students? Opening balance is alva. They have given in the question. If you are preparing ledger, it will be you will have opening balance for raw material control. So if you are using stores ledger control here, you will get confused. That is. But both are same. 17,000. Shall we proceed? Yes, ma'am. Raw material credited by supplier means what? Returned to supplier. Yes, ma'am. Isn't it, students? Raw material returned to the supplier. Yes. So it is purchase returns, isn't it, students? First of all, let us clear out what it is. It is purchase returns. Raw materials returns credited by suppliers. That means returns. Yes, ma'am. So normally what is the journal entry for it? Correct, ma'am. GLA to SLC or RM control. Correct, students? Who is giving, ma'am? RM control. Raw material is going out. Who is receiving? Outsider. So I cannot use outsider, no, non-integrated. So I should debit GLA. Is everyone understanding? Yes. Shall we proceed, dear? Okay. Inventory adjustment, raw material losses. All right, students. So that means, what is the meaning of this? Loss. That's all. Yes. So normally, what is the journal entry? When we are purchasing, it is going to be RM control to general ledger. Correct? Huh? Ha. Yes, ma'am. So when now that material, what has happened is raw material losses means I've purchased and kept for a long time. It has gone bad. Okay, assume we are having cafeteria. We purchased milk and kept this heat. It has gone bad. Opposite, no. GLA to RM control. That's all. Because what is going out? Raw material. Understood? It's not fit, no? That is why. RM control. Is everyone understanding, students? Yes. That is 1300. Sorry, ma'am. I didn't get what you're saying. No, no. This is the original entry. This is the journal entry, ma'am. Oh, I wrote amount for both, so you got confused. This is the journal entry. I'm saying from how it came, how it came. Use costing payment instead of zero. No, might is raw material losses. No? That is why. If it was a FG loss, then you can use. Okay. So now can we proceed, students? Yes. So WAP rejected. Okay. WAP rejected with no scrap. What is the meaning of that? First of all, who is giving to WAP control? That much we all know. So that means with no scrap means GLA. Because no other department will receive it now. That is why. Understanding everyone. That's all. Who is giving? What is going out from WIP? Shall we proceed, students? Yes. Coming. Yes. Yes. What did you say, Pranika? Finished goods to GLA. Correct. Everyone? Why? Customers' returns means receive they debit the receiver. Which department will receive RM, WAP or FG? FG. FG account debit, FG control account. So obviously everywhere you should use control account. Okay. That FG control, WAP control, OH control, everything is control account to GLA because we can't use customer account here. In other words, yeah, anyway, this you people have understood, so I'm not going to explain. So factory overheads. Now we will come back to this. Okay, shall I? Yes. So now factory overheads allocated to WAP. What is the meaning of that, students? That is, see, RM, wages, direct wages, overheads, finally factory overheads, everything will come to WAP only, no? Understood, everyone? So that is what they are also saying. Finally, everything is coming to WAP. Debit the receiver, WAP control account. Who is giving it? Overheads. Yes, ma. Factory overhead control account. 11,786. So now we will proceed. Yes, everyone. Finished goods at cost. Who will, no, finished goods. We have not sold. Finished goods. Who is giving after completing? Who will give? So giving is a WIP control account. Correct, everyone? FG control account is receiving. Correct, everyone? Very simple, ma. Only if it is coming to FG stage, FG department will receive it. Until then, it is WIP's department. That's all. I'm making one good. It is completed from WIP stage. From one department, we'll go to another department. No, that is why it is no GLA. Okay, dear. So very easy it is. With practice, you will find it to be even more easier. Okay. But compared to you people had some doubts and all that. Are you okay now? Yes, ma'am. This is non-integrated. Yes. Okay. So now I think you are so fine with it. No problem with this topic, right, ma'am? What is that? What is that reaction, ma'am? Having some more doubts or which one, ma'am? Credited by suppliers is nothing but it is actually a return made to the supplier. Yes. Supplier, how they can return it to us? Customer can only return to us. Supplier is giving, he can only give it to us. Got my point here? Yes. For your understanding, I'm saying. Assume you are my supplier. Okay. I'm thinking if I assume I am your supplier, then only you'll be able to understand. I'm sending goods to you. Okay. For me, you are my data. For me, you are my data. Now, if I credit you, what is the meaning? I got sales returns. Correct. That means for you, it is purchase returns. Understood? Okay. So again, I'm saying this is for our understanding. So how credited by supplier is like that. For me, actually, you are my data. I should debit you because you are. I'm supplying to you. You have to give money to me. Now, if I credit you, that only possibility can be returns. Yes. We are in cost records, so I'm not thinking about discount at all. So now, now integrated accounting system. Here also same debit the receiver, credit the giver only. We will use cash, debtors, creditors, everything will use. Okay, students? Instead of GLA. No GLA account will come here. Yes. So shall we get started, students? Everyone? Yes. 1 minute. I don't know what is happening. Written some notes, that is why. But all of you finding reconciliation to be easy only, no? Okay, no problem. Anyway, we will do it. Okay, yes. Suppose with marathon students we can't do also, we will do it separately. I'll try as much as we can do in marathon so that all students are getting equal distribution of time for all the topics according to the mark weightage and the difficulty. Today and yesterday, we spending this much amount of time for process and service respectively is worth it because that much amount of questions are asked. Material also, and material and employee cost and overheads. We did good standard problems. All this is going to help us. So I'll definitely help you out with the reconciliation. That is nothing actually. It's a child's play. Okay. Yes. So now we will start with integrated system. What have they said? Raw material purchase 50% on credit. All right, students. Let us see how to do this. Okay. So now how to do this journal entry. So what is the debit the receiver? RM control or you will use SLC. Isn't it, students? Stores ledger control account. Debit the receiver. Raw material purchase means which department is receiving? Raw material department or stores department. Credit the giver. Here, 50% is going to be supplier. Ha, you can write supplier party. Okay, ma'am. Then 50% is going to be cash or bank. Are you all understanding, students? Yes, ma'am. Because it is integrated, no GLA. That is your question, dear. This is 50%. This is 50%. This is 6 lakh, this is 3 lakhs, and this is 3 lakhs. Okay, I'll erase, and do so that the question is with me. That is why. Okay. Oh, it was there. I didn't even see. Sorry, ma'am. You can write trade payables also. Right, students, everyone. Yes, doesn't matter. Creditors also you can write. Yes. So shall we proceed to the next one? Ha. Little bit quick, ma, please. Yes. Online, if any student is like, doing the problem, especially from exam point of view, we should also write along with us. Otherwise, they will simply be bored, isn't it? So, any student who is watching online, write along with us. Otherwise, it will not make any sense. Okay. So, this is done. Then, materials issued to production. All right. That means, yes, ma, which it is WAP control account debit to, very nice, to RM control or SLC. Super. So this entry will be the same in integrated and non-integrated? Yes. Good. So shall we proceed, everyone? Yes. Oh, you're talking about the next one. Oh. Wages paid 50% direct. Okay. Wages charged to production. See, these two are same actually. Many students are even initially when I saw it was also, like little bit distorted. But please understand what they have given. Wages paid is 50% direct. 50% is charged to production. This is 50% of 2 lakhs only. So these both are same coins only. Understood, everyone? They have given one below the other. Yes. So now it is going to be wages control account debit to bank account because I am an integrated. Right, students, everyone? So it is going to be what? 2 lakhs. Then we know direct means what we should do, indirect means what we should do. Correct. So it is going to be right. That is WAP control account debit. Superma. Control account debit to wages control. Here it is going to be POH control account debit to wages control. Super. So this is going to be 1 lakh. This is going to be 1 lakh. See, you can do together also. That is WAP control account debit, POH control account debit, two wages control no ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. Okay. Right. Now we will proceed. Factory overheads incurred. All right. Let us see how we need to do this. What is the journal entry for factory overheads incurred? Very simple it is. Overheads control account debit to bank or cash, whatever it is. Yes, ma'am. Very good. So, it's only incurred. Incurred means paid only, dear. Yes. Okay. FOH control account debit to bank account. That is 80,000. Factory overheads charged to production. So what is it going to be? Production means what? See, again, I'm saying production consists of material, labor, overheads, everything will come to WAP. No? So WAP control account debit to production of factory overheads control account debit or to production overheads control account debit. Is everyone understanding? Yes, both are same. No? Production overheads, factory overheads, yes. 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Just that I think with practice, it will be fine. Those of you writing in September, aramse you can do only cost accounting systems today. Don't study anything else. You will be done today itself. Will be done tomorrow. Whatever doubts you're having, you come back and ask. Okay. So now next is going to be selling and distribution overheads incurred, which means it is going to be selling overheads control account debit. Very no good no to cash or bank account. That is going to be 40,000. So keep repeating that debit the receiver, credit the giver. That only receiving department we will debit, crediting department, giving department we will credit. Sorry, ma. I didn't get loudly. Next entry, yeah, finished goods at cost. You all know, no? Yesterday we just now did FG control account debit to WAP control account. Just now we did that. FG control account debit to WAP control. This will also be the same, no? In both integrated and non-integrated. Super. 5 lakhs. Yes, everyone. Yes. So now we will proceed. Sales 50% on credit. Normally, what is the journal entry for sales? It will be cash or debt or account debit. Yes, ma. Cash account debit. Then we will have customer account debit. Then we will write it as to sales. Sales is how much? 7.5 lakhs. 7.5 lakhs divided by 2 is 3 lakh 75. Check. Thank you, dear. 3.75 lakhs. So here, can I write sales? Cost of sales. Understanding everyone? So to cost of sales. Yes. Huh? Trade receivables, debtors, all are one and the same. No customer, everything. 50% credit, no? 50% is creditor. Debit the receiver. What is the journal entry for credit sales? Hey, nothing, ma. 50% is cash sales. Cash sales means it will be cash to sales. Credit sales means it will be customer to sales. That only. And here they have said sales is 7,50,000. 1 minute, all of you, please listen to me. Usually, we will do cost of sales when we are closing all the ledgers. We'll take it to cost of sales. But the 7,50,000 sales means is it selling price? It will directly go to sales. This confusion is there most of the times. Again, I'm saying, can it go to sales? When I ask, people say cost of sales. But here, what should happen is the selling price, that is sales amount itself is given. But when you're taking through the ledgers, you may take it to cost of sales. Are you all understanding? We'll go to the costing P&L. Okay, everyone? All right. Closing stock is nil. Then we have receipts from debtors and payment from creditors and all. Very simple it is. It is bank account debit to debtors account. Correct? This is normal journal entry, ma. And this is payment to creditors is going to be creditors account debit to bank account. So these two questions, nothing but integrated, non-integrated. If you know the basics, you can do any problem. There is nothing that it can be twisted and all here. What happened here? You're not able to understand that entry. Which one? Ma? So will you all promise that you will do cost accounting systems today itself? At least do four, I think 6 or 7 problems are there. Do 4 problems from your textbook, 3 or 4 problems. I leave it your choice. Yeah, I know you have multiple things to do. Both groups, you're already preparing well. Don't worry about anything. You just do as per your schedule. These people are having time for September, no? So I'm saying minimum 3, maximum 4 at least you do out of cost accounting systems. Then you will have a grip. Yes. Otherwise, again, this logic we may forget. Isn't it? Yes. So now we will proceed. So tomorrow, then we will do reconciliation. Today we will do ABC. Okay. So reconciliation, since students want it, I will do it. Okay. Yes. So now, on 3. deciding on which question we can do, which is slightly different from the normal. If you please see this. PQR Limited is engaged in the production of three products, PQ and R, and the activity cost rates are given based on the cost driver capacity, which is provided below. All right. So basically, what is this activity based costing? Instead of overheads having one blanket overhead rate, which is equal to blanket overhead rate is what? Budgeted overheads divided by machine hours or labor hours. We learned in overheads chapter also, no? Instead of having one rate for all overheads, we are classifying the overheads based on activities. Yes, ma'am. So for each activity, we are finding out what is the cost of that particular activity, which is called as cost pool. Cost pool. Yes, ma'am. P-O-O-L. Okay. Cost pool divided by cost driver. What is the driving force? That will be the cost driver rate. This is the overhead rate. Instead of having one rate, we are having multiple rates. Cost pool is what? Cost pool, for example, in this question, it is going to be nothing but for production runs, it is 1,80,000. Cost driver is 600. Are you all understanding? Yes, ma'am. So that is what 1,80,000 divided by 600. So what I'm trying to communicate here is that is the cost driver rate. Instead of having an overhead rate, we are having cost driver rate. Yes, for each activity. It's one of the very simplest in the entire portions. We are not doing joint cost. We are not doing what job costing. We are not doing batch costing and all. It's quite simple. Same way, actually, ABC is very simple. Yes, but sometimes simple things also students are ignoring. So I thought I will keep it. We will do it based on a level of understanding. We'll decide how many problems if we have to do. Yes. So now we will proceed. Those of you who want, you can write this down. For every activity wise, we are finding out the cost pool activity of that particular cost and divided by cost driver. Total cost or prime cost will not change because of this. Okay. All right. So they have given what and all direct labor hours, okay, production runs, number of production runs, quality inspections, number of inspections. Then they have given consumption of various activities for P, Q, and R, okay, respectively. They have given. You are required to compute the cost allocated to each product and calculate the cost of unused activity, unused capacity. That also we will do. Then we have a potential customer is approached for this is a continuation of the same problem, but a separate, thing. We will do this separately. We'll first finish 1 and 2, then we will do 3. Okay, ma'am. This unused capacity means what, students? How many hours we can study normally in one day? 12 hours. Without class, I'm saying. Okay, minimum 12 hours. Out of that, how much we are studying? I don't want to get any heart attack, so I will just say 10 hours. See, my students are very brilliant. They told me, ma'am, I don't count the number of hours that I study. So very, very brainy. Okay. So now 12 hours minus 10 hours. Okay. So 2 hours is unutilized capacity. In that time, probably you can do past exam questions. What more you can expect out of a CA teacher? Yeah. What more you can expect? Huh? So no other example I can give you. Anyway, that unused capacity, very simple only. They have asked that slightly it may be different from normal, no? So I have chosen this problem. And the third subdivision is for a new order, no? That also we will do. So in this, everything is getting covered. Yes. So now we will do, first of all, cost driver rate, which is equal to cost pool divided by cost driver. CDR stands for cost driver rate. Yes. So here they have given direct labor. Usually it is only for our overheads, but they have given for direct labor. So I'm going to do for direct labor also. Yes. So the cost pool is going to be nothing but 3 lakhs divided by 30,000. That is going to be rupees 10 per hour. Okay. Next one is going to be production runs. That is the next activity. That is going to be 1,80,000 divided by 600. That is equal to, sir, 3. Is it 300 per run? 6 threes are 18. Yes. Next is going to be quality inspections. That is 2,40,000 divided by 8,000 inspections. It's 30 per inspection. So whenever you're writing CDR, please do write per hour or per run so that you won't get confused. Yes. So shall we proceed? Yes, everyone? Yes, ma'am. So just because I said unused, don't think it's very difficult or anything. Nothing is difficult. It's very easy. Yes. In the regular class, we did multiple questions, but we did one question from the study material itself. That is, we did about that deposit loan and all that. Okay. So I think that is also included here, but please do that problem. Okay, that is also slightly different, and it's a past exam question also. Okay, study material question only. I'm saying study material only 4 or 5 questions are there. No, in illustrations. Yes, no. But I would suggest that you do some more in ABC, especially when you're preparing for September. Now we will proceed. Statement of allocation. So the products are P, Q, and R. First one is direct labor. The rate of rupees 10 per hour, isn't it? Here only we note it is 10 per hour. Yes. Next one is 300 and next one is 30. Okay, let us remember that. So it is going to be, look into the question. They have said direct labor hours for P is going to be 10,000 hours. For Q, it is going to be 8,000 hours. For 6, it is 6,000. For R, it is 6,000 hours. Into rupees 10. Into rupees 10. Into rupees 10. So, what is the amount that you will get? 1,80,000 and 60,000. Right, yes. So, the next one is going to be production runs. So, how many runs are there given in the second table? That is 200 runs, then 180 runs, then 160 runs into how much is it? 300, correct. 60,000. 54,000. 48,000. Okay. Quality inspections. So that is going to be 3,000, 2,500 and 1,500 into 30. Is it in? Yes. So is it 90,000? Okay, ma. Then 75,000 and 45,000, I guess. Okay, dears. So now let us do the total of statement of cost for the 3 products. So 1 lakh plus 1 lakh 50, is it 2 lakh 50,000? Okay, dear. Then 9, 15, 1,75,000. Sorry, 2,09,000. Okay. 45 plus 48 plus 60. 14, 1,68,000. All right. But this is 13, no? 8 plus 5. 1,53,000. Yeah. Okay. So 1 is over. Question number 1. Question number 2 is unused capacity. Let us do that also. Right. Right. That very nice. Now unused capacity. How to find out? So we have labor hours, we have production runs, and we have quality inspection. Totally, how much was the cost to driver, ma? The driver was 30,000 labor hours, correct? Okay, ma? And here it was 600 runs, and here it was, where did it go? 8,000 inspections, sorry. 8,000 inspections, all given in the question. Yes. So for P, how many hours did I use, students? 10,000 for P. For Q, how much did I use? 8,000 hours. And for R, how much did I use? 6,000 hours. Right, ma'am. So that into cost driver rate. Cost driver rate was 10. So 18 plus 6, 24. Is it 6? 6,000 into 10? Just check. 6,000 into 10, 60,000. This is the unused capacity as far as labor hours are concerned. Are you all understanding, students? What happened here? See, ma, totally you are having 30,000 labor hours. Out of that, you use 10,000 for P, Q for 8,000, and R 6,000. How much is underutilized? 6,000 hours. 6,000 hours into 10 rupees. 60,000 is the cost that is unused capacity. You imagine as if it is like this. Imagine. I got you for working for 8 hours. Okay. Or you appointed a driver for 5 hours. You're using him for 1 hour means 1 hour is unutilized. Into his per hourly cost will give you the cost that you have underutilized. Simple. 600 minus for P it is 200, 180 for Q and 160 for R. Right now. 60, yeah? Oh, 60 into 300, no? Okay. 18,000. Great, dear. 8,000 minus 3,000 for P. For Q, it is 2,500. And for R, it is 1,500 into 300. 30, no? Yes. Sorry, ma'am? 30,000. Okay. Okay. Yes. Generally, if students are understanding cost driver rate is only overhead rate, and that has to be multiplied by for each product to find out the product cost. There itself, all doubts are vanished. Actually speaking, yes. So if you feel, ma'am, ABC, long time I have not done. Some of you have not attended my class, so I don't know how much you have understood. So in that case, what you can do is tomorrow you can do ABC also. So that ABC will also get over tomorrow itself. Yes. Monday, Tuesday you can prepare fully. Wednesday you can write the exam. That's all. So now we will go to the next step. It is, I actually wanted to read the next question. So this is from the same question only, another subdivision it is. Yes. A potential customer has approached the company for the supply of 12,000 units of a for a new product that is has to be delivered in lots of 1,500 units per quarter. This will involve an initial design cost of 30,000 and per quarter production will have to involve the following: direct material, direct labor, number of production runs, number of quality inspections, prepare cost sheet. Cost sheet they want. Okay. And sales value per quarter. Okay. If the markup is 20% on cost. Okay. Markup means profit. Fine. So now here it is 12,000 units of a new product to be delivered in lots of 1,500 per quarter and design cost is 30,000. Okay, students. So if you remember the cost sheet, design cost will come where? Design cost. That big problem. You asked me doubt also. I had given it as test also. Papa, she is getting angry at her sister alone. Isn't it? No, don't get tensed. It can happen to all of us. Okay? So it's okay. Just calm down. Lighter note only I told. Nothing might say direct expense is what we consider. That's all. Nothing else I wanted to say. Simply, I wanted to just tell all of you that it's okay. If we forget, immediately you have to get tensed. 100 marks, they're not going to ask on design first. Okay? So it's okay. So some things when you're preparing for the exam, I can see some of you which were overwhelmed. It's okay. You are all intelligent. Really, I'm telling. You're all doing hard work also. That is enough. Automatically you will clear the exam. Yes, students. So trust the process. Don't think about the result. Trust the process. Everything will work out. Now we will proceed to the third point. All of you have the question there. So direct material cost. What am I preparing, students? Cost sheet, dears, because that is what they want for the new information that they have given. Yes, ma'am. So now direct material cost is going to be 18,000 given in the question. Then direct labor is going to be 1,500 into rupees 10. We know that, no? Yes, ma. So it is 15,000. Then design cost is going to be, what is it? It is going to be nothing but they have given that it is 30,000. For how many units? Total number of units is going to be 12,000. That means for 1,500, how much is it? Are you all able to understand, students? Yes. So for 30,000, it is for how many units? 12,000 units. So it is delivered in lots of 1,500 units. It is delivered in lots of 1,500 units. Sorry, 3,750. It's delivered in lots of 1,500. Now you can write prime cost here. Is it 36,750? Just here. Production run cost. Yes. So that is equal to 15 into, we know that it is going to be 300. We already calculated 10, 300 and 30 cost driver rate. Yes, ma'am. So it is going to be 4,500, no? Yes. Super. Next is going to be inspection cost. Inspection cost is how much? That is 250 inspections, yes, ma'am, into 30. Great. Is it 7,500? Yes. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. So 10, 17, then 10, 18, 48, 758. This is the total cost. Why we should find out the total cost? Because markup is given on the cost. Maybe we will do it for cost sheet purpose. Now here we have to do the 20%. For this, I need your help now. 48,750 into 20 percentage. 10,750. 9,750. Okay. So now we will add it. 58,500. This is the total sales value for the product that they have asked. Okay, we haven't taken break also, so we will stop our today's marathon here so that we will continue in the next class. Tomorrow, if you people want one more ABC problem, we will do. So totally three problems I've chosen in ABC in the marathon PDF. So one more problem if you want, I'll do tomorrow. Cost sheet also at least one I want to do so that the basics are touched and standard costing will be the starting tomorrow, then marginal, then all these things that we have to discuss. Yes. So budget, any specific areas which are difficult? Any suggestions that I should work on something? Like any specific area? No. Everyone is finding it to be easy. See that cash budget has more of a focus on FM. Yes. And that one other employee cost, no? Yeah. They will do. We'll definitely do that. Just that I've gotten tired now. I wanted to do even the normal loss thing. That also we will do. Okay. Yes. Anyway, I wanted to save it. We will do it once again. Okay. Tomorrow, that we will. So these are the things that we'll do tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be done with costing revision. So see you all tomorrow. I'll try to be here by 10:30. Tomorrow Sunday, no more traffic. I'll be there by 10:30. Yes. Bye, students.